What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, everything is good now. Season is officially over. We have our new Super Bowl champ. We got some history made and all that other good stuff. So I'm glad to hear that. It's officially the countdown to my trip, to my toes being in the sand. So I'm super duper excited about that. Got a chance to have some fun on Friday night. Was a blast doing that. And yeah, man. Only my little man, he talked me into putting on. We was in our jerseys today. So, you know, it's a good vibe, man. It was good all around. And I get to see you today too, bro.
Sweet jersey.
Nah, man, appreciate you, man. Just broke out the bumblebee, you know. I'm anti wearing my own jersey, but he talked me into it. He said, no, Dad, we gonna wear as twins. You got to put on your jersey and put on my jersey. We're gonna put our kicks on. I was like, all right, let's get it, man.
That's not the one you wore, right?
No. The one I wore is like way tight. It's like the appearance one. Yeah.
It's like cropped up and stuff.
Yeah, but you know, I figured it was appropriate too, man. I was like, you know what? Started the new year, the new season. So it started out the right way. So everybody knows where my allegiance is, where we stand.
We appreciate that.
Just ahead of time, okay? Before we get to any other dates down the calendar, it's like, hey, on the first day of the new football season, Moats was in his jersey. And he went Bumblebee. All right, just remember that. Let the record reflect. Just let the record reflect. That's all.
Yeah, this is when, in my opinion, the new year actually starts. Forget January 1st.
You
this
did
is the
recommend
new
this.
year.
You did say this.
Deketober, Dekuary.
Yeah.
Starts today.
I'm with it, bro. Now, I remember when we were talking about Deke Fest or Deketober, how we were referring to this time of year for you. There were people bringing up no drinking, dry,
right.
and all. I just need to know the rules because
I don't know what it is.
okay, because I was like, I definitely am going to be hydrating myself in about a couple days, Deke. In fact, it's 6 days, depending on if I count Monday or not. Do I count today? I don't know if I count today.
I think it's about tapering back the drinking.
Ooh, okay, responsible then, calculated, efficient.
How much you taper it, that's up to you.
Ooh,
But be more mindful.
Okay.
I think that's the slogan for Dekuary.
I like how you did that. Hey, be more mindful.
It's not going to be hard for me. I'm coming off a little bit of a bender this weekend.
Hey, well, you know, if you
I
would like
golf
to share
and I had
the
the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say, like, how was your golf situation? Because I know you went
Good.
golfing. How'd you hit them?
Played good.
Low key, it was actually chilly this weekend too, Deke. You told me that it was nice golfing weather.
No, it was. It was good.
I did
it was
this.
good.
I did this on Sunday. I was like, bro, it was a little too chilly for me, man.
No, Saturday was good.
Oh, you
Promise.
went okay.
Saturday was good.
Okay.
Little breezy, but it was hoodie weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played pretty good. Me and my teammate played good.
Let's go.
Won with 4 holes to spare. We closed it out early.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, shoot, man. So at first I thought I was gonna be getting back on that golf course within like the next week or so. That's not gonna be the case. It's gonna take about 2 more weeks before I can get on that golf course. But once that happens, I'm golfing like a madman because I'm excited now, bro. Yeah, I like that. But shout out to you going golfing, man. I took the fam on Friday night. We went Monster Jam. Yeah, we went down there to see the monster trucks down there, the PPG. Absolute vibe. Shout out to anybody that rocks with the monster trucks out there, man. Gravedigger, Megalodon, the Scooby-Doo, and all the other ones out there, man. It was definitely a blast, man. But yeah, man, it was good. It was good time. Good time. And then we had NFL Honors as well. Shout out to NFL Honors.
No shout out.
Oh,
It's
no.
worse than the Pro Bowl.
Oh, now it's no shout out. Now we not shout out NFL Honors.
It's
Shout out
worse
NFL
than the
Honors,
Pro
bro.
Bowl.
We took a shout.
It's so
We
bad.
gonna shout out NFL Honors.
It's so
bad.
bad.
We are
It's a
all in
joke.
here together enjoying NFL Honors. We're gonna enjoy all the award winners, all of them. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna enjoy all of the award winners today, man. All right, because yeah. I was like, this is all right. We know it. But it's all good. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna definitely get to that. Yeah. But we got to talk the Super Bowl too, man, because obviously that was last night, man. And yeah, everything that took place in that situation, man. Storylines surrounding
overtime. When Super Bowl goes overtime, you'd have to
respect,
say
man.
it's a good game.
Respect.
Started off a little
and it went
slow,
to the
but
end of
picked up.
overtime too, bro. I think it was like right at the bottom of it, man.
Oh, you heard them. Even if the clock would have went out,
It would have went to the next quarter of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the new version for this specific reason in terms of the postseason.
I'm glad they said that because I was very confused.
Well, because
I
this
was like, why aren't the Chiefs calling a timeout?
Because this is trust me, you weren't the only one. This is the first time that this has ever been implemented. The only reason why I knew the rule had changed was because who did it affect? It was the whole Bills Josh Allen joint.
That's why the rule changed.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why. That's the only reason why I even knew to that extent. But if you don't pay attention, you think about it, we got 3 different sets of overtime rules, bro. We got preseason where there is no overtime, regular season where it's sudden death overtime, and then you have the postseason overtime where it's both teams get a possession. So we'll obviously talk about some of that because I know, people was making a little bit of an ordeal about some of the people's comments, some of the players' comments surrounding, just the rules with that. So yeah, but like I said, man, we got plenty that we're gonna get off on today, man. I rocks with the fit though, bro. Talk to me, man.
Thanks, man.
Talk to me. This is what we on.
Yeah, a dope hoodie.
You have to let the people know, man. I like it.
It's a cool Steelers.
I like it, man.
Thanks.
I like it. All right. Do we have any Deke thoughts today? If
Well,
not, it's all good too. We ain't tripping.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? But I figured out
No.
I figured out ass.
I have some stats here.
Because if not, I was gonna say we had some Black History. We had Kanye drop that Vultures. Oh my God, it's fire! It's fire. That was another reason why my weekend was so fire, bro. I had Monster Jam. We had NFL honors. Saw one of my dudes get something good happen. Saw one of my other dudes get absolutely robbed. We're gonna talk about that. But Ye dropped the Vultures for me, man. Even though I had to go through all the back channels to like get my music and hear my music, it's all good though. I'm enjoying the fact that Ye blessed me with that album, man. So other than that, man, yeah, everything else is solid, man. So yes, what is your Deke thought for us today, man?
Patrick Mahomes. I got some stats from him for him after winning the Super Bowl yesterday.
Okay. Do tell.
Now, this is Black History Month, so
this is true.
We're talking about Black History Month.
And Mahomes is part of the Black History.
Well,
absolutely.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Don't you play that game?
You're
Don't you play
taking
that
him on
game?
the Mendenhall team, right?
His daddy is African
the
American.
white team would gladly take him.
His daddy is African American. So by rule, I didn't make these rules up. Everybody else made these rules up. Okay, that was rules. They said if your daddy is African American, then that makes you African American. Okay, I don't care if you light skin, you African American. They made the rules, so we are just following said rules. So he is with us. Yes.
Now we're good rocking with Burrow, but I prefer Mahomes. I'm just saying, if you're willing to make him free agent.
Look, man. Look. You got plenty of quarterbacks on your side. Okay, you got plenty of quarterbacks. Quarterback is where y'all should feel good about. Okay,
you
the
got
depth.
some too,
No, but y'all depth is phenomenal at y'all quarterback position. Let's not even act like it. All right, the depth that y'all got at that position: quarterback, kicker, center, guard. I feel like y'all are elite. Okay. Then after that, it kind of gets a little weird.
Kickers.
Kicker. I like y'all for kickers though.
Yeah.
Definitely like it for kickers, long snappers. Love you for that. Yeah.
But yeah, there's some mind-numbing stats that have to do with Mahomes and his NFL career this far.
Let me hear what you got for me, man.
Well, first, I don't even need a tweet or anything for this, but he's played thus far in 6 seasons. Now, it's technically 7, but we know he sat out
Six
his rookie
seasons,
year.
bro. Yeah.
So in 6 seasons,
6 seasons, bro. Say it. Just say it. It's crazy.
he's won a Super Bowl 50% of the time.
It's freaking crazy, bro. It is absolutely crazy.
In 6 seasons, he's been to a Super Bowl. Was that 2? It's
Yeah.
4 out of 6. Which
Yeah.
means 2 out of 3. That's
Yeah.
66% of the time.
Yeah,
he's
bro.
been to a Super Bowl.
Insane.
And we know the whole AFC Championship stat. He's been to 100% of them in
Insane,
those
bro.
6 seasons. So yeah.
And it's what, 4-2 in those?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, 4-2.
4-2.
Because he's been to 4 Super Bowls. Yeah.
Crazy, bro. And he's what, 26? No.
He's 27 or 28.
27, yeah.
27 or 28.
Mhm.
Most career playoff wins by a quarterback. Number 1 is Brady with 35. Joe Montana, 2 at 16. Patrick Mahomes at 3 with 15.
Bruh.
In 6 seasons playing.
Bruh.
And here's the last one.
Oh, boy.
Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid now have 5 wins at Allegiant Stadium. That's more than any other head coach quarterback combination, including from the Raiders.
Oh, you're right, because all them dudes be getting fired. Yeah, and they don't be winning at the crib. That is actually kind of crazy. Yeah, and then, you add on to the other stats, right? First one to back-to-back or to repeat since Brady. So that's another Black History fact, even though Brady wasn't a part of the Black History part for Mahomes, though, for him, repeating. Yeah, man. First coach in QB combo also since Belichick and Brady to repeat a Super Bowl champs also, man. Yeah. I like that Deke thought. I just don't. I ain't know we was about to come in here and you was gonna just off the top give him the special, man. Like he's special. He's special, bro. This dude is special. I thought it was good. Can we warm up first? I just want to warm up before we start talking about how special he is because God dog, bro. When you just say it like that, it's just stupid. I just can't understand how him. And I like it though. It's just greatness, man. He's witnessing greatness. Witnessing greatness. All right.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. You said big winning, right?
Exactly.
Said, it factor. Gotta have it moments. Back against the wall. Don't matter what what everything else is looking like. All the things that I just thought of everything that you always tell me, Deke.
And he does it.
I'm just like, yo, he just does it.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, Deke, Deke, I don't even know what else I was supposed to come in here and ask you about it. We're gonna talk about it. But it was just like, Deke, he literally just everything that we say that you with the criteria, whether it's for you or even for me. Because our criteria are kind of different. We intertwine in certain places, but we kind of are different. And it's like, yo, like, God dog, bro. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into it, baby. We'll definitely get into it. But with that being the case, let's start the show like how we always do. Let us know where you are tuning in from in the comment section. And in that way, we'll give you those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Like we said, man, we don't care regular season, off season, Super Bowl, post Super Bowl, man, the content gonna drop. All right. Except when the boy go on vacation. But other than that, the content is going to drop. All right.
Brobarian's in the house.
Shout out to the Brobarian and the Brobarian. I did watch your video. Loved it. I hated your outfit though. I thought the hat was fire. The hoodie was atrocious. And you know why? You had that weak old Dominion Monarchs hoodie on. Why would you put that hoodie on, man? You were supposed to at least put on either Steelers or James Madison University. One or the other. If you wanted to put on some Buffalo Bills blue and red, I would have allowed that too. I wouldn't even trip. But how you going to be in there with that old Dominion Monarchs? That's crazy. All right? Absolutely crazy. But your voice, y'all match, man. Like as soon as I saw you with them, I was like, oh, it's definitely Bro Berry. So salute you. And I like your take too, man. We'll say that. I do agree. I do think short yardage should definitely have a uptick, man. That's one of the things that we need to see improvement on. So I do agree with you on that, man. But I do like your energy. But we need more vids, man. Don't just give me one and stop. Bro, Barry gave me a fire vid, talking about the Arthur Smith hire, talking about the running back room, okay? And in terms of the impact of that on short yardage situations, I'm digging all that. But then the only other vid was he gave me my tranquil, like I was zenned out. But it's like he did one of the nature videos where it's like, like the sounds and stuff. So he got me one of them up there too. So I'm like, bro, I'm ready for more. Give me some more. Give me some more. I see your setup though. I like your setup, baby. So absolutely, man. Salute you, baby.
Rod Dollars from the 330 Youngstown, Ohio. South Side, baby.
South Side. But don't forget to share a line.
Devin Horn, 419, Bluffton, Ohio.
Shout out to the Bluffton, Ohio. I never heard of Bluffton, Ohio. I've heard of the Bluff, like snow on the Bluff in Atlanta, but I ain't never heard of Bluffton. All right, I like it though, baby. Let's ride.
Rayson Farber from the 785 Northwest, Kansas.
Oh, no, that's Rianne.
Oh.
Shout out to Rianne, though. I see you, Rianne, and I like your sunglasses, too, in your picture. I like that. You styling and profiling over there, Rianne.
X Concepts. 724 Claridge, PA. He says, I saw Deke streaking at the Super Bowl. That was not me.
Are you sure that wasn't you?
I promise.
It was multiple appearances of people streaking.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
I thought it was just one person.
It might have been the same person, just seen the video twice. Could have been that, too. Different angles.
Just one person.
Yeah.
But I didn't even see him. They didn't
So they don't show him on the TV broadcast anymore. They said like that's their way of like discouraging
people. Some people caught him on the phones.
Yeah, but you can see him like on the phones. Like the man was like zigzagging and stuff on the opposite end.
We got Benny Guavo, 856, New Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey. Every time I think of New Jersey, I think of my dog Chief Keef. Riding through, but the blue New Jersey up. I'm sorry. Finito, but us.
LNS TV from the 254 Marlin, Texas.
Shout out to Marlin, Texas one time for the culture.
President Nitty, 419, Steelers could have won last night.
Uh-oh. We're going to talk that now. We going to talk about that.
Yeah, at one point in the game.
We're going to talk that.
I felt that Mason Rudolph could have been a better quarterback out there than Purdy and Mahomes.
We're going to talk it.
I think it was around early third quarter.
Oh, we're going to talk it. We're going to talk it. We're going to talk it, baby.
No, I don't necessarily believe Mason could have done what Mahomes did to close it out. But up until that point, I think Mason could have been a better QB
Hey,
than both Purdy and Mahomes.
we gonna talk about it, baby. You know we gonna talk about it.
Last two. Luke S19 732 by the beach, New Jersey.
Shout out to the Jersey Beach, baby. One time.
And Mano 413 Massachusetts.
Let's get it. Well, man, let me talk about my homie John, Texas, in Houston, Texas. The South. No, big facts on that one right there. Grandson 07 420 Mars Milky Way. Salute you, baby. You know I seen you. I passed you the other day, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Big Mabe from the 918 T-Town. One time for the culture. One time. All right. Let's see. NML Finesse 410 live from work at ST Engineering. Shout out to ST Engineering and shout out to you multitasking at work because I know you're doing an exceptional job at work while also rocking out with us. I'm saying the standard's a standard. I like that a lot. Just learning. He coming off the top rope too. He says Kelsey is above his coach. 575 Taos, New Mexico. Now, you know we're going to talk about that scenario as well, man. You know we're going to talk about it. And AJM in the 404 Atlanta. And last but certainly not least, in Gabe Snyder. Of course, Deke got love for the Midwest. Don't do Deke like that. Deke got love for the Midwest. Yes. Okay. But I will end it with Where are ya? Ah, there we go. I shall end it right here with John Easton. 412 Crafton. He says, reports say Mason's out. Hill is in. We'll get to that also. All right. But, yeah, man. Salute to everybody that's here with us today.
So why you just want to talk Super Bowl?
Yeah, man, we hop off the rap. Yeah, we'll get on that. Yeah.
Listen, the game played out basically exactly how we previewed the game and how we talked about the game going in. 49ers, better team. Chiefs have Mahomes. And this is what I even said to my buddies yesterday as I went over to my friend's place for the game. I was like, I don't even want to watch any of this pregame stuff. Let's just watch the golf because there was the Waste Management Open. Mm-hmm. Let's just watch that because everything that needed to be said leading up to this game has already been said. There's not going to be anything new under the sun that will be said on these pregame shows. It's as simple as the Chiefs have Mahomes and the Niners have a damn good team. Mm-hmm. Probably an overall better team than the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. What else is there to say? Should be a good game. Yep. That's it. And that's exactly how it played out. Mm-hmm. Literally exactly how the game played out. I think Purdy showed up, but he didn't elevate as much as you need to beat Mahomes. And then, close game. And even though the Chiefs are down fourth quarter, it's Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Was anyone surprised at what took place? No, you shouldn't be. If you were surprised, you don't know ball.
Oh, yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It was very much that, elite team with really good quarterback play versus elite quarterback play with a really good team. And we say this is the debate that we have every single year when putting together rosters. Can you win without the guy, the top 5 guy, and everything else around you be elite versus when you're facing one of those top 5 type guys? And we know if they get going, just certain things that they're able to do. It really boiled down to that. I would say this, though. A lot of people don't give it enough credit. And I've heard it, most people say it almost like the game was like sluggish or boring or not exciting early on. I thought the defenses were doing a heck of a job in this game. Both teams providing pressure consistently. Both teams not allowing explosive plays and creating turnovers. That was the one thing for me that I really enjoyed. But then I also enjoyed the chess match of how both Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan in the second half having to make adjustments offensively to kind of get certain things flowing. Now with San Fran, I thought first half it was more self-inflicted while their drive stalled. Whereas with the Chiefs, it was like, man, I thought they was having some issues blocking Chase Young, Hargrave, and Dagon Bosa, man. And when you get the chance to see that part, and then from there you see Mahomes evolve as the game goes on, and in the overtime, it's like, this is what we're talking about when we say you have an elite guy or you don't. It's like, man, Purdy, I thought was balling. I thought Purdy played a dope game.
He missed like
one or two misses. Yeah,
he missed like 2 or 3 throws late in the game that Mahomes makes.
And then the one miss though is defense. Chris Jones. That's the part for me that I loved. I saw it with Josh Allen. Yeah, it was like, yo, that's Chris Jones. He's winning. That's
what, the one in that right corner of the end zone?
Absolutely. It's like, otherwise that's a touchdown. But when you have defenders, when your players are making plays, I thought for the Chiefs, their 3 superstars played like superstars. When Mahomes had to be a guy, he was a guy. When it was time for Kelsey to make plays, he made them plays. When Chris Jones had to step up defensively, he did. And it's like, man, if
those Chiefs corners were pretty sticky too.
What? Think about L'Jarius Sneed all season though.
Yeah,
that's part of the reason why we're even interested in him. Yeah, I thought McDuffie balled out, but first team All Pro. Told you that's the guy that is all first team All Pro over the dude up in Buffalo. But he's more of the corner of the coverage corner, whereas Terran is more of the I'm gonna play against that run and blitz and stuff like that. So in that vein, man, I just thought that both of those teams and both of the secondary parts of those teams really showed up. But at the end, it did boil down to you keep giving Patrick Mahomes opportunities, whether it's at the end of the regulation or even in overtime. It's like, y'all gave this man how many chances to win the game? He kicked the field goal to one time. All right, they punted to one time. It's like, okay, how many times you gonna give Mahomes a chance to just dagger you and end this? And with certain quarterbacks, you can't play that game. And eventually you keep playing it with Mahomes and he going to do what he did. Because all it takes for him is to get that drive. Because once he does, he can click. And now it's too late. It's over.
That final drive in regulation, they were in field goal position within like 15 seconds.
Yeah, when it's time for him to go, it was like, boom, like a machine. But I think about the series or two before that's like, yo, y'all had chances to either expand it or to kind of shut that door. And y'all let them hang around. Oh, yeah, when he
threw that pick.
Yeah, you let him hang around.
Early in the second half.
Let him hang around, bro.
You got to capitalize. Because I don't even think they got points off that.
They didn't. So it's like you let Mahomes hang around. Mahomes isn't the type of quarterback that is not going to show up in the big moment. We know he's the guy that historically has shown up in those moments.
That's big credit to the Chiefs defense because we could talk about the Chiefs offense being lesser than what they have been in the past, but this is hands down the best Chiefs defense that Mahomes has dealt with.
Absolutely.
So for him to make that mistake, make that pick, but then the Chiefs defense stepping up like the way that they did.
And that's my thing where I'm like, both of these defenses I thought played really well, bro. I thought Steve Wilkes did a dope job with the Niners defense, and I thought Spagnuolo did a dope job guarding that Niners offense. Man, that Niners offense is tough to deal with, man.
I think that was McCaffrey's lowest YPC.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
22 carries, 80 yards. I mean, he still had the catches balling, and stuff. Yeah. Had the fumble early on.
And every time he touched the ball, did it still feel like, he about to do something special? Like, he has that feel. I'm just like, get him down. They got him down. All right, they got him down. Man, but yeah, man, when you keep giving Mahomes the opportunities, that's literally what it comes down to because San Fran played well enough, man. They played well enough. You take a team to overtime, man.
Yeah.
It's like they played well enough, man.
Yeah, you went to overtime with the
and
best
scored in
quarterback
overtime.
in the league. Yeah, you scored. You're talking about one pass going your way. Yeah. One decision, maybe if Kyle Shanahan
take the ball versus What's your thoughts on that, bro?
You know how I feel. You got to kick that. You got to defer to that because you want to know what exactly you have to deal with when you get the ball on offense.
Even though your defense was just carved up and just got whooped down the field, and you're talking about a difference of maybe a couple of minutes, you're about to put them right back out there.
I've heard that explanation, but Shanahan said it wasn't because of them.
And I heard
tired.
that too, in terms of them saying the whole, we wanted them to score, or we score, they score, we get another chance to score, because that's a part of the new overtime rules as well. Sure, but to me, I looked at it as more so as, bro, your defense, you just got them killed. Like we just said it, right, man. Went down the field on them, man. And you about to turn around and put them right back out there.
That was less than 2 minutes. It wasn't like a 7-8 minute drive.
Deke, you ain't been out there, bro. That
but again,
counts, man.
But Shanahan said it wasn't due to that.
I know, and that was the part. That was the part that was weird. That was the part that was
weird.
So
if that's
to me,
not
man.
at play, you have to kick that.
I'm with you, bro.
Because you're able to use every down then. The 49ers almost had to punt.
Correct. Yeah.
They got bailed out with that call. If anything, like, let's shout out the refs. That was a good call.
I would agree.
Very good called game by them.
I would agree, man.
If anything, the only ticky-tack call was, I think, that one that extended the Niners series in overtime. That holding.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was like a little triple. I didn't even see like a holding like that. But anyway, it didn't go for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone would expect it to.
Right.
It was actually for the 49ers.
Did the Chiefs get it? I don't think the Chiefs got the lucky calls. I thought they got the lucky breaks. Dre Greenlaw blowing his Achilles coming from the sideline. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, and then the one off the Niners guy on the punt.
Oh, yeah. Or
because it went off the nine. It was
like his ankle.
His foot or something, and then McLeod had to try to get it.
People was trying to kill Ray Ray. I'm like, man, Ray trying to make a play because the dude got hit with the ball.
Yeah, it was a savvy attempt by him. Obviously, he didn't get it done, but he had to at least try to get it.
And then you got the field goal, they get blocked. That changed the game too, because at the end now they competing for a field goal versus having to be a touchdown.
You think Mahomes gets the touchdown anyway, but makes it
harder. It makes it harder, right?
Yeah, it makes it harder, man. Where you don't have that option of kicking the field goal, at least ties it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good game though.
I thought both teams did what they're supposed to do, man. I didn't think that, I would walk away feeling like somebody played bad. I don't feel like Purdy. I'm like, I don't think he played bad. I thought Purdy played really good. I thought McCaffrey played well. I thought Debo played well. I thought, if anything, you could say Kittle was kind of quiet, but I thought that was more so what the Chiefs were doing to kind of take away him. You know what I mean? Almost to the same extent of what the Niners were doing to Kelsey, trying to minimize him to an extent. But yeah, I was like, man, I thought everybody did what they were supposed to do, man. It was just uncharacteristic, though, the people who made the turnovers. You get Mahomes with the pick. You got McCaffrey putting the ball on the ground. These the dudes are supposed to never be, putting the ball in. These supposed to be the perfect players out there. And it's like, dang, them the ones.
Pacheco had that fumble, too.
Yeah. Bro, that was a tough one, too. Yeah, because I was about to be a scorer.
That was bad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were like,
that's when I thought it was about
10.
to get weird, yeah.
Thoughts on Purdy now, ranking-wise?
It didn't move. But to me, I wasn't on this narrative of if the Niners were going to win, that would catapult him into this like elite class. Because to me, I think Purdy's a really good player. And I thought last night it showed. I thought that he has some nice timing throws, some nice anticipating throws. I thought he did a good job of extending the play at times also. But I just feel like there is a definitive difference when I'm naming Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. And that's 5 right there.
I know, but again, after that, it gets
now
murky.
I'm talking Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I think he's definitively top 10. I think he's definitively top 10.
Fair
so
enough.
If you want to argue Hurts over Purdy, Stafford over Purdy, obviously Rodgers coming back, Rodgers over Purdy.
So that's 8 for me.
Yeah, I think he's around there probably, around 8. If he would have won, maybe I would have given him an edge over some of those guys getting up into like the 5, 6, but didn't happen. Yeah, I mean that was the difference right there. Purdy didn't elevate like Mahomes did.
Yeah, but he still played really good.
Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
And Purdy, we're talking about him being top 10. So there you go. That's the difference in the game.
So the real question is, can you win with a top 10 quarterback, or do you need to have a top 5 quarterback? Because you just said it yourself, that's a top 10 quarterback, and we just saw it ourselves that top 10 can't beat that one, even with the perfect team. Or not the perfect team, but arguably one of the best teams in today's NFL. Top 10 were arguably the best team in the NFL.
Went to overtime.
You can make that to Jalen Hurts a year ago. Jalen Hurts was
mean.
top 10 with arguably the best team in football a year ago.
Yeah, if you're asking me, can you win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy? Yeah, I don't think you're blowing up your team or getting rid of those quarterbacks.
Right.
I think you're running it back with them.
But you're saying you ran into Mahomes.
Yeah, you're just hoping.
Luck of the draw?
Yeah. at this point, yeah. Yeah.
Because that's my whole thing. I'm like, bro, we're seeing 2 guys that we can argue and debate about being top 10, and I don't
like if they play if they play this game 10 times, does San Fran win? 4,
I think
3
they
of them,
should.
something like that.
I think they would.
Even 5. Hell, they were the favorites coming in.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just the Mahomes effect.
Right.
Yeah. But I do feel like if they played this game 10 times and everything was the exact same, sure, I think it's 5-5, 6-4. I do slightly give the edge to Mahomes, but this is also one of those. this is a once in a, you only get one opportunity at this. So on paper, their team was better. That's why they were favored. So on paper, they should actually win the majority of them. We were just saying, if it's a one game for your life, which we say the Super Bowl is, who are you taking? We say Mahomes, and that's why. Because it's like, all right, all of that could make sense on paper, but when it's that time and you actually got to do it, we just believe in this dude a lot more because he's shown it a lot more, and it looks like nobody is close to him. Whether we talking Lamar, whether we talking Josh, whether we talking Purdy, whether we talking Burrow, whether we talking Rodgers, it's like we can say whoever we want, but it's like outside of that 1 year that we saw Burrow make that run, he ain't been back just yet.
Well, yeah, he was out all this year. That's part of it.
So that's also a part of it. Yeah,
he's been the closest though, or at least the guy that's
he's
gone
actually
won. Yeah,
he's won
Mahomes
in the postseason because Josh has beat him in the regular season. But in terms of winning in the postseason, Burrow and Brady are the only ones to do that. So that's the thing. It's like,
and then I'll give a nod to Allen for the 13 seconds game. Like you
Allen
went toe to toe with Mahomes. Like you technically beat him.
Yeah.
You technically did. Your defense didn't help you out,
but you did it. Yeah, because that's Mahomes.
But you did what you had to do as a quarterback.
Yeah. But when you left the field, you had the lead. When you left the field, you
with
checked
13
off.
seconds left. Like,
only
you
Mahomes.
did what you had to do.
This is the Mahomes effect. You see my PTSD acting up. I'm like, it's Mahomes, bro. It's 13 seconds. It's 13 too long. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're feeling good. If you're the Bengals, you have a Burrow. Bills, you have a Josh Allen. I mean, yeah, like a Purdy, a Hurts. If you got the team like that, you could do it. You could definitely do it. I think the Eagles did everything that they could to win last year's game, but they had the stupid mistake with the Hurts fumble 6.
So what would you say is the difference?
They just didn't have the ball last either.
This is also true, yeah. I agree with you.
And then in this game, it went to overtime. I thought Purdy played good. Like, the thing that I liked from Hurts and Purdy out of these last 2 Super Bowls is just seeing that they didn't fold. Like, you showed up.
They definitely did not.
In a big game, you didn't choke. The moment wasn't too big for you.
And I think that's part of the knock when we talk.
You didn't
Dallas.
play as good as Mahomes, or you just showed that you're not the best quarterback in the league, which
we all know
every
that.
other quarterback in the league is not the best quarterback in the league. But you showed that you could perform it on one of those biggest stages. You're definitively a top 10 quarterback. And if you get in that spot again, you can win. Yeah. Like I wouldn't completely write you off.
No, I would agree. And I was going to say that when you're talking Philly and the Niners, that was kind of what, to me, separates them from Dallas. Because I think Dallas has another team that is on par with a Niners, or on par even with the Eagles. But when we're talking just a quarterback play with Dak, you're not as confident that he won't make those mistakes, that he won't, piss the bed. Because we've seen him do that.
Can't even get out of the division.
Right, we've seen him do that. Whereas at least with Purdy and Hurts, they've shown that, okay, they might not be the top 5 dude, but they definitely
Hurts played like that in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I mean, Hurts went off.
He was balling.
Yeah.
He had the turnover too, though. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just not as consistent as Mahomes, period. Like, they got bounced in the wild card this year. Didn't have as good of a season.
They fell off a cliff this year too,
bro. Yeah. If anything, Purdy's... he's still young for him. Let's see what he does another year. But I was going to say, Purdy's been more consistent than Hurts from when he started last year.
Oh, to where he's
at. And then all
the
way, because he had a damn good regular season. Then, went to the NFC Championship in his first year, and then got to the Super Bowl in this year.
Yeah.
Whereas Hurts, Super Bowl, bounce wild card, like devastating end to the Eagles season.
Yeah. And you think both of them dudes in terms
but it's still early for Purdy.
And both quarterbacks they're in that range. Of Hurts and Purdy, though, MVP caliber seasons also.
Yeah.
Because remember, Hurts was a finalist
Hurts
as
was
well.
Second.
Yeah. Purdy, I don't know if he ended up where he ended up in it, but he was still in the conversation. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Now, you did say that you felt that Mason. No. I need to hit this Mason part. Yeah. So what were you saying about this Mason part? You said Mason, at one point in this game, you felt like Mason was going to be the better quarterback for either party.
No, I just saw how the quarterbacks were playing. I was like, the Mason I remember from these last 4 games of 2023, I think he could have been doing better than Mahomes and Purdy up to this point.
You won't worry about the rush that was coming after them boys? You won't worry about that?
Yeah. I was a little buzzed up on tequila, but...
It's like, it wasn't under pressure, man. It was under duress. Yeah. It was fun, though.
I thought Mason could have held his own.
Respect.
The 2023 Mason. I think he could have held his own in the Super Bowl.
I like 2023 Mason. You know that. You know I like 2023 Mason. I just don't know. Because we're talking about the Super Bowl, We ain't talking about a regular season game or even like a wild-card playoff game. We're talking about the Super Bowl, where it's like the best of the best, and it's Mahomes you playing against, or it was the Niners who was playing against. Forgive me if I'm a little skeptical. That's all. Just a tinky bit. Now, if we get there, it's totally different belief because I didn't seen him do some stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's one of them moments, man. One of them games, like, yeah. Until you actually in that thing, I don't know. You got to prove it to me, man. I need to see it. I had a question about Purdy. I thought Purdy played lights out, man. He was confident. He did not look like the moment was too big. He was not the one making the mistakes. Seriously,
he let it rip
bro.
Over the middle of the field on some of those throws.
Yeah, he like surprised me at times, bro. I was like, okay, I like this because at this moment, man, this is where, if this moment ain't too big for you, it's never gonna be a moment this bigger than, man. So that's the thing. But
and
it was
he's young, so he's only going to learn from this going forward.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think he's going anywhere. It's
absolutely.
Like the Niners are going to move off from him.
Yeah, in fact, you come back more pissed off. You come back even more hungry. Now, the thing that's going to be their whole issue is just that race, like we talked about. We said with Mahomes beforehand, it was okay. You win it before you pay him. Now you pay him. Can he still elevate? We've seen Mahomes is still able to elevate, even 2-3 years now into the extension. With Purdy, he's still on the rookie deal. So you realistically got another season to milk this type of dynamic. And then after that, you got to make a decision of who's getting gone because ultimately you're going to keep Purdy. Purdy has definitely shown that he's a guy. So you at least believe in that to the extent, but you do know once you pay him, you losing some of these pieces that have really helped make him to what we saying he is right now. And that's going to be the whole debate with it.
You should be all right. I think you should be all right.
You're going to have to pay him Daniel Jones type money. And I know how you feel about Daniel Jones' contract.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, with him getting more experience, it becomes more his team, more his offense.
I'm with you.
And maybe you could replace one of those receivers with a guy you draft in the second round.
Yeah.
I know it's not always surefire, but with Kyle Shanahan as your coach, I think the odds are greater than if he wasn't there.
No, I'm with you on that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm definitely with you on that.
If you can keep a good defense, you keep a McCaffrey around.
But you know how much money they have on that roster, bro?
Keep one of those receivers, and then you bring in free agents, bring in a guy for the draft for your wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2.
Like, they in that weird phase of...
You'll be competitive. I think you'll consistently be competitive. If you stick with Shanahan, stick with Purdy, you're always going to have a chance.
Almost like how 5 years. Like how Stafford was this year with the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stafford
that's how I feel
McVay.
Like, if Purdy can be on that level, then yeah. Because we would agree that Puka was balling, but Stafford was a big part of, just being able to keep everything to what it was once everybody started to be, shipped off because of how the contract stuff worked. So that's my thing with Purdy. If Purdy can do what we saying that Stafford does, which we say Stafford is a top 10 dude now that he don't want a Super Bowl as well. If he's doing that, then yeah, they still float and everything looks good. If he comes off of that though, that's where it gets weird.
Right.
That's the whole, what is he, right?
Yeah, does he continue on his projected trajectory now? Or is the more tape that gets out on him, he gets more exposed?
No.
I'm leaning the former.
I don't think he's going to get exposed.
That's what I mean. I'm leaning
the
former. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be a solid starter for the Niners, top 10 guy for the foreseeable future. A guy that you can build around. Not a guy that you want to be giving Mahomes type of money or, top 3, top 5 type of money, but it's where it gets interesting because every quarterback that's up each offseason wants the most money.
Yeah.
That's how it's traditionally been, where you got Joe Flacco getting paid the most out of all the quarterbacks in the league going back to like 2012.
Now, I don't think Purdy is going to have that type of
Stafford
temperament.
Getting ridiculous contracts.
But I do feel like it changes a lot if he is getting $40 million because now in terms of the D-line, you got Chase Young, you got Nick Bosa, you got Javon Hargrave, you got Eric Armstead over there, you got Shavarius Ward on the back end, you got Fred Warner, you got Dre Greenlaw. It's like these are Pro Bowls and all pros, you know what I mean? That's before we talk of Trent Williams, a Christian McCaffrey, a Deebo Samuels, a George Kittle, a Cal Juszczyk.
Well, they should have never had this team to begin with.
I'm with you. You know I agree with you. You know I agree with you.
It got absurd.
You know I agree with you, bro.
I don't even know how they're affording all this with Purdy.
Because this is what the Rams were on 2 years ago when they did it. They won it with Odell, Jalen Ramsey. It was like, yo, how do y'all have all of them here right now?
You got to pay for it. They're going to have to pay for this in the next year or two.
The Rams,
dead cap or something.
The Rams been paying for it the past 2 years. The difference was Stafford has kept them afloat. Stafford kept them afloat. Otherwise, they would be going the opposite direction right now.
Yeah, like there was no logical reason they were able to sign Javon Hargrave to a $20 million
Come on,
contract
bro.
this offseason. There was
Come
no
on,
reason.
bro.
I thought, all right, San
It's like,
Fran.
how you doing this, man?
They went to the NFC Championship
Yeah.
last year. They got a really good team.
They
There's
brought-
no way they have cap space to do anything. They're just going to run it back, right?
Javon Hargrave.
Javon Hargrave,
Hargrave.
he's going to be fetching a big contract.
Hargrave.
Should the Steelers ring him back? There's
Yeah,
a couple other teams
Hargrave.
in the mix. Is he going to
Hargrave.
go back to the Eagles?
Yeah.
Oh, the Niners. Yeah,
The
I never
Niners.
even thought Niners were a serious
Oh, and
destination.
look, pay cut for the Niners. Oh, no, he got paid more. I was like,
Yeah, he got
how
paid
did
more than we
that
thought he was going to get.
happen? How did that happen? Yeah. Yeah, we're on the same page, man. We are definitely on the same page. But that's the thing. So it's like they're about a year or two away from it.
Here's what I'll
Reset,
say.
man.
Here's what I'll say. If someone deserves $40 million between Brock Purdy and Daniel Jones, it's Brock
It's
Purdy.
Purdy. Yeah, it's Purdy.
Like I'd be more apt to paying him
Man.
$40 million than Daniel Jones.
I don't think the conditions are exactly apples to apples, but I do agree with where you going with it. I feel more confident in Purdy aging his contract out way better than Daniel Jones. I just think Daniel Jones' situation, the team, organization, even his new coach, that's not the same scenario as what Purdy walked into over there in San Fran, where it's fully loaded. You got a coach that's already been to a Super Bowl, a proven system, and now you come in here and you play really well. You know what I mean? I think for Daniel Jones, it was like, all right, it's either you or Saquon. And we're going to figure it out. Brian Dable, can you be a head coach at this level? We're going to figure it out. I think it was just a lot of that going on. But them dropping 40 on him was like, yo, that's also, I don't agree with that either. So that's why I'm like, I do think Purdy is going to age out a lot better. I just don't feel like Daniel Jones' situation in New York is the same as what he dealing with over in San Fran, man.
I get that. But at the same time, you can only go off
This is true.
of what you have.
This is
and
also true, man.
Purdy's there. He's pulling the
100%.
trigger, and he got the Niners to an NFC Championship. Maybe could have even got him to a Super Bowl last year if he didn't get hurt, and then got him to a Super Bowl this year. And
Yeah.
it's just playing flat out damn good.
I agree, man. Like, you can't knock Purdy's play. That was by that. I'm like, yo, you can't watch this game and be like, yo, Purdy sucks. I'm like,
We could
no.
talk about what if Dak's in that system, Kyler's in that system, Trevor Lawrence. It's like they're not.
They're
so
not, yeah.
I don't know. I'm seeing this guy
Yeah.
perform well in it.
And I've seen other quarterbacks fail in that system. It's
Yeah,
like
that's true,
it's
too.
not just about can you improvise. You also got to be very disciplined in that
talented
system.
guys as well.
Yeah, you got to be disciplined though in that system, man. And
Not
it's
saying
like,
the most proven guys, but talented guys like
Yeah.
a Trey Lance.
wait, like on paper, Trey Lance was way more talented than Brock Purdy.
Yep.
So I'm yeah, we're on the same page with that, man. But that's my thing. It's like you can't knock Purdy, man. Purdy, I think is a daggone good quarterback, man.
Yep.
Like absolutely,
I got him top 10.
I like it.
He's got my respect.
I like it. I like it. Just to follow. How you feel about Kirk Cousins again? I just wanted to just ask. I ain't know.
How do I feel about
Yeah,
him?
just
What's he gotta do with
I'm
anything?
just asking questions, bro.
Not
Wait,
in the top 10.
he's not your top. Is he top 15? I'm just trying to figure out.
He might be at this. I mean, he might be.
That's a step in the right direction. I appreciate you for that.
He might be just by default.
We ain't got to talk no more about it. I just as long as that reflect. I was like, okay, we can go. That's beautiful.
He's in the Kyler, Dak.
Could I
Hemisphere.
interest? Where's Tannehill ranking at? Is he further back or where's he?
Oh hell yeah, he's
Okay.
He's down.
He's in the 20s.
Yeah, 20s.
20s, fair enough. Low 20s or high 20s.
I don't know. I'd have to look.
All right, respect. All right, okay.
What do you mean by low 20s?
Like closer to 2019
Okay.
versus closer to 30.
Probably 25, 6.
Okay.
I'd have to look at it though, because he wasn't even really like the Titans quarterback last year.
No, he was hurt.
Kind of was.
Yeah.
It was half him, half Levis.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them really did much.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it. That's not something that's keep me up at night. My Tannehill ranking.
And look, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, just let me know when you want to talk about that.
We ain't there yet. Deke,
I
we
think
ain't
he's a
there
good
yet.
guy to bring in.
I'm
fine with bringing him in.
We know we're gonna get to. We ain't there yet. We ain't there.
He
We'll
can
get
be
to
the
it.
backup.
We'll get to it. But I did want to ask you last thing with the Super Bowl. Thoughts on the halftime performance. Thoughts on Tay Swift, man. Everything you saw, man. Ursha had his shirt off. You know Ursha. I know you know Ursha. So you ain't tripping on that.
Yeah, I didn't really get to see too much of it. I was out at the bar, but from the stuff I was seeing, it was a little bit caught up.
Yeah. Caught up.
Yeah.
He had his shirt off. You know, he was hugging up on Alicia Keys. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it was decent, right? I guess
I thought it was a vibe. Yeah.
I've heard only positive reviews on it.
I'm biased. Usher's like that's my time frame. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo,
It was like an early 2000s
yeah,
vibe, right?
heck yeah, man. So I felt like I was like back home. I was just back in my heyday, man. Little G, we watching the game. He's like, Dad, why you know all the songs? I'm like, bro, it's Usher, man. All right, it's Usher. You gonna learn about coming downhill, and you gonna learn about getting caught up. You gonna burn. All right, you just gotta learn it all. And then all right, 8-Town Stomp, all that. So it was vibe. I liked it, man. Definitely liked it. Okay.
Yeah, the MILFs at the bar were enjoying the halftime show.
Shout out.
It was that era, right?
In fact, those are big facts. Hey, yeah, if you was out, I could imagine. Yeah, you might. Yeah, I could imagine. I could definitely imagine, man. But nah, bro, it was a vibe. I liked the halftime show. I thought he did his thing. He had some fire heat on his feet too. Shout out to them Jordan 4s too. He had some fire heat on.
Yeah, it was a quick halftime too.
Swear, I thought it was short, bro.
Because what happened was we wanted to go to the bar for the halftime. Just be like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't really care about this halftime like that much. Why don't we go like grab a drink or something at the bar?
You said Usher don't win your needle. That's crazy. So when there was Rihanna a year ago, he was sitting down waiting to watch Rihanna. Usher did. She was like, hey, but we ain't gotta watch.
No, that wasn't an option. The bar hopping wasn't an option with Rihanna. I would have done that just for the like. It's this halftime's gonna be like 40-45 minutes. It's like
it was supposed to be. I thought it was supposed to be way longer,
like,
bro.
but yeah, let's
this
switch
felt
it up.
like 20 minutes, man.
Yeah, do a little stop at a bar and maybe come back. But yeah, we get there and yeah, the halftime show is like abruptly
Yeah, it was
over,
super
and the
quick,
game's
bro.
all of a sudden on, and we're just chilling
Yeah.
there like, all right, I guess we're gonna watch like the first drive or two here too.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised by how quick it was. But shout out to Usher though, man. I thought it was cool. Thought it was straight. We did not get a Taylor Swift proposal. I just want to let y'all know that she did make the game. She was perfect in attendance. She did have an 87 jersey on, okay, with 87 on her boots, okay, just in case you peep the details. But we did get a kiss. Get a kiss. So if you were betting on a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce kiss post Super Bowl, then you should have had a good evening, okay? So I did want to throw that out there, man. So salute that, man. Yeah. Thoughts on commercials? You had any commercial action?
That Brady one was funny. Kind of.
Yeah, the little winning thing.
I guess.
He could get away with it.
I appreciated the attempt.
He could get away with it.
It didn't make me like laugh out loud or anything, but I was like, this is kind of clever. Affleck with J-Lo.
I like Wayne Gretzky being in it. I thought that was a cool little part with the whole winning, then you win too much. I'm like, all right.
When was this?
In the same Brady commercial.
The Dunkin' one?
No,
I'm talking about a different one. I'm talking about
Affleck is the Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
That's the one, yeah.
Tom Brady has another commercial where it was sports gambling, but he couldn't do it because he wins too much.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was like, oh, you talking about that one? Yeah.
Literally, probably the only one I remember is that Dunkin' one.
Nah, for sure.
That's about it. I know they had some movie
Dunkin' one
trailers.
was cool, though.
They had the Deadpool trailer.
Yeah. For me, man, I'm a little sentimental. I was rocking with the OCU Manure NFL Abroad commercial because, like, watching his little kid, he's like in Africa. He's like walking around in this like market, but to him, he's seeing football players and he's running through playing football. Everybody else just seeing him like, bro, what's this little kid doing? But to him, he's like, bro, I'm watching the vid. I'm juking this guy was Saquon. And then he actually walks up on like one of the fields and it's actually OCU Manure and he's showing like the whole like NFL Abroad, programs that we do. And I was like, yo, that was dope because number one, I low-key be feeling like that's how I used to look when I was a little kid running around. People look at you like, bro, what are you doing? But in your mind, you done juked out the star line back and you done took it 60. And I was thinking about little G too, because he be doing the same daggone thing. And I'd be like, bro, why you gotta do this right now? Like you making us look crazy, bro. So it was a little vibe right there. So I thought that was a fire commercial as well, man. Oh yeah, and shout out to the Beyonce commercial too. Yes, Rod Dollar. The Beyonce commercial was fire. She's dropping a new album. Shout out to the Beehive. Shout out to the Queen Bee. She said, I'm tired of y'all talking about Taylor Swift. I got action too. So she said, I'm gonna break the internet. I'm gonna break your bandwidth. I'm gonna do all that. All right. So shout out to Beyonce. Jeez. Shout out to Beyonce. All right. Yeah. And shout out to Hove too, man. Hove was there. Hove, Beyonce. Rock. I like it. All right. So yeah, man. Other than that though, bro, it's a good little vibe, man.
I guess we hit up these supers and
get after it,
see
man.
what the chat has to say about the Super Bowl or whatever else is on their mind.
Heck yeah, man. Let's do it. Yeah, hit that like button one time for the culture. And don't forget to subscribe.
Tito, good vibes. Moats, any thoughts yet on Rook? Or horror?
Mm-hmm. He talking about that's the D tackle Clemson. 33. I think yeah, number 33. Yeah. I've watched a little bit of him. I like him. I think he's a very powerful, like big interior D lineman. like I said, I want to go back and watch like a full game of him. I do think he has good size. I do think he moves really well. But yeah, he's definitely one of them like big, explosive, like people eater type D tackle, man, that can penetrate. I do like that. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and watch a full game of him. I've only seen like a couple highlights, briefly watching him, but I do know the name. Yeah, like I said, I think he was number 33 at Clemson, the interior D lineman. But yeah,
He's also asking about Shao Smith Wade, DB from Washington State.
Yeah. So with him, no, I like him. Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. He's not the biggest corner though. To me, I think he's more of a slot at the NFL level. They played him outside to the he was the field corner out there at Washington State. Like they always had him out there. Like I said, cause they do that whole field boundary thing. But to me, man, I thought he was a good player. I thought that he tackles well. He's not afraid to hit. I do like that. To me, like I said, I definitely think he transitions better to a slot corner, just based off what I had initially saw with him. But definitely a good player though. Smart player as well, man. I think that he does some good things in terms of understanding just route combinations and where to jump, when to be aggressive. I did like that. But he's another one where, like I said, I would definitely want to go back and watch like a full game of him. But I'm familiar with him as well, though, man.
Fish Momentum says, "What's good, everyone?" Hashtag Mr. Jack Myers Jr. 11 months.
11 months, man. 11 months. He said, don't get any easier, man, but just keep taking it one day at a time, baby. Absolutely. Keep taking that thing one day at a time, baby.
Steeler Nation on Fire says, Moats got the best jersey on.
Hey, no, I salute you, man. Like I said, my son, this is him, all right? He wanted me to put the jersey on, okay? I was really back and forth about it, Deke. It feels weird to me sometimes, bro. Just throwing it out there, man.
What about it?
I don't know. Just like you're wearing yourself. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. At least to me.
AJ Martinez, there's a bumblebee in the crib. Look out, Degler.
Shout out to the bumblebees, man. Shout out to the bumblebees out there, man. Like I said, it's definitely my favorite jersey. All right, then the color rush. But then I like the regular, too. Yeah.
Yeah, Steelers got a nice red jerseys.
Yeah. I wasn't fortunate enough to get block number. I never got to the block number when, I missed out on that.
All three of our professional sports teams, we got good jerseys.
I would agree, bro. We got some, bro. The Pens jerseys be fire. Even our logos are iconic.
Yeah,
we talked about that. Even this was like early on when we first was linking up. It was like Pirates had his like
top 6.
Yeah, it's like Pirates, Red Sox, Yankees, like Angels, like those just them staple logos that you see.
Yeah.
And
then Penguin jersey, I'm telling you that collection might be the best.
They
in all the sports.
fire.
You got the diagonal Pittsburgh,
fire.
The Robo Pens,
bro. Fire.
The Penguin jerseys we wear now.
The white,
the baby blues,
the golds, the white, the baby blues is fire.
Bulls,
like all of them things, bro. Yeah, I love them jerseys. I just don't like how I get hot when I gotta put it on though, bro. It's like but it's fire. It's absolutely fire.
Fish Momentum, hey, they not know the rules. Hashtag 49ers frauds.
Yeah. So yeah, we kind of talked about it, man. There are 3 separate rules for overtime. You got, like we said, the preseason where there is no overtime. You got the regular season where we said it's the sudden death style overtime, and then you have postseason where it's the new variation of overtime, which this was the first year we actually got a chance to see it implemented. They changed the rule, like we said, was that 2011 or 2022? Not 2011, 2021 or 2022. The AFC Championship game, Josh Allen.
It was recent.
Yeah, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes to 13 seconds, then going to overtime. So from then, that's when they made the switch. So this is a very new rule. It is kind of crazy, though, when you think about not just because I know for the players, them saying that, they didn't know. And we probably all look at the coach and say, how does the coach not know that? But at the same time, it's like, bro, we athletes, we professionals too, man. Like, it could go on both of them. I think just as a whole, coaching staff and players, you got to do a better job. It's not like we was talking about a one-off rule like when we talk about some of the special team stuff, right? Godwin Ikwabuke jumping out of bounds with his feet and catching the ball inbounds and that being a penalty. We not talking about an obscure rule like that. We're talking about just overtime. I do feel like that is something that players and coaches should know. Like, that is something that is crazy. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I would also say when you lose, anything you say is going to be held against you. So if they won and they said they ain't know the rules, nobody would be tripping at all. But because they lost, that's where everybody tripping on it. But would it have made a difference if they knew the rules or not with Mahomes having that ball right there in that situation? Nah. It ain't gonna make a difference, man. So that's my thing, man. But yeah, definitely didn't sound the best for them to publicly say that they did not know it. Afterwards, just not a good look. But yeah.
Next, we got Fish Momentum again. It says Ambition live at Rivers Casino.
That's coming
February
soon.
23rd, 2024, 8 p.m. #free.
You heard the man. You heard him. The 23rd, bro. That's literally like in a week.
Yeah, 2 weeks, something like that. Young Shad 101. I wonder who paid these prices for an NFL ticket and TJ got snubbed again.
Well. I would agree. Do you want to get that now or we want to wait on it? Because we can go NFL honors or we can knock out the rest of these supers and then spin the block back on the NFL honors.
Yeah, we could talk about it now.
All right. Well, shout out to NFL honors, man. Shout out to all the award winners, man.
Shout out.
Shout out to Cam
Zero
Hayward.
shout out.
Shout out to Cam Hayward officially winning the NFL Waltz Pit Man of the Year. Okay,
Good for him, but still no shout out to the NFL honors.
And a massive.
Good
This
for him.
is
Good
a
for Najee, but no.
massive accomplishment for my brother. This has been 6 years in the making, Deke. He's put a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice. I'm proud of him for finally accomplishing it. And he had to beat out Patrick Mahomes, too. I don't know if you know that. He had to beat out Patrick Mahomes. So if Purdy couldn't do it, at least Cam Hayward could do it. So shout out to Cam Hayward officially winning the NFL Waltz Paid Man of the Year. All around good guy, both on and off the field. Deke, wouldn't you agree, Deke? Didn't you enjoy his speech, Deke? Didn't you enjoy
Didn't even pay attention to it.
But you got a chance to see a Pittsburgh Steeler win an award.
And I know that award's a big deal. It's just
The
that
NFL made it the biggest deal. That was the last deal. That was the last award that they announced, along with, to start the Super Bowl, who was on the field with a microphone talking.
I didn't see that. I was watching the
Yes, dude, it was Cam Hayward, bro. Right before the national anthem, you have Cam Hayward out there, microphone on the field, addressing the millions and millions and millions and millions of people watching. So this is, outside of league MVP, this is the biggest award that they do. What they do. That's what the NFL has shown.
Not in my book.
No. But for the NFL, this is what they have shown. So that's all I'm saying. The NFL.
I get it.
NFL said it,
I
man.
know it is an honor.
NFL said it, bro. It's a
It is a
massive
good
honor.
award.
Shout out to the NFL, man.
But the positivity that comes from that award, in
Shout out
my
to Cam,
opinion,
bro.
does not outweigh
Shout out to
the
Cam, bro.
negativity that comes from the
But
TJ
that's
Watt
because you're a
snub.
negative person,
Not
okay?
at all.
A positive person
Not
looks
at
at
all.
Cam winning and say, man, this is beautiful. This is what you want to see. Would you be as outraged if TJ won and Cam lost? No. See?
Not at all.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because you're negative, all right? So you got to
No,
have a positive
that's
mindset,
not-
man.
that's
You have a
not the
positive
truth.
mindset. You have a positive mindset, okay?
No.
You would not be tripping if Cam lost and TJ won, okay? So we're going to talk about the positive, Deke, the positive. What about the Angry Runs, bro? I know you love Angry Runs. Who's even up here shopping Angry Runs t-shirts? Officially, Mr. Angry
When
Run.
they make this an NFL honor,
It
I
doesn't
could give
matter.
two
It
craps
doesn't
about
matter.
this.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Najee doesn't even care about it.
Listen. We got 2 award winners, Deke, at the NFL honors, man. 2, not 1, 2. Okay? Like Ben Super Bowl championships, 2. We got 2 winners at NFL honors. The Angry Runner, is that how we say Angry Runner of the Year? The Angry Runner of the Year, or Mr. Angry Runner. I don't even know either. That was a new one to me.
Nor do I care.
But shout out to the Angry Run. Shout out to Mr. Angry Run. Wasn't he the first one to get the Angry Run staff, if I remember correctly? I think he was the first one. And he kind of was
I
like,
think he has the most.
yeah. And he's always
Out
like
of
weird
the
about
2
receiving
seasons they
it.
started doing it.
Yeah.
I think he's got the most.
But shout out to him, man. Did the check go up? Yesterday's price is not today's price. He's Mr. Angry Running out, bro. That's like a Pro Bowler, man.
I could care less.
Oh, come on, Deke. Don't be such a Debbie Downer, man. We got award winners at NFL honors. They was dressed up like the Grammys, man.
I'm happy they won.
There we go.
Happy the Steelers, a couple Steeler players got
There it is.
recognized.
There it is.
but,
There it is. Did you see the camera? Just before you get negative, did you see the beautiful camera shots in the crowd? You saw Coach Tomlin, his lovely wife Kia. You saw Ken, his lovely wife Allie. We saw the players. We saw the guys. We saw all the band members.
TJ wasn't there. I didn't see him there.
TJ wasn't there. TJ, he might have just the wrong location. He could have been wrong location. He just wants a piece.
And rightfully so, he wasn't there. I don't blame him at all.
Just stop. We ain't there. Just positive. Think it was positive, man. Everybody's suits look nice. The shoes look good. It was a good day. It's positive, bro. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Notch. No.
No, I'm sorry. Like, if you actually feel that way, the NFL got you. The NFL got you. They duped you.
You put the wool over us?
They duped you.
Oh, man.
Because that's what they tried to do. TJ gets snubbed. All of a sudden, here's a couple Steeler awards.
Here you go, Cam. Here you go. Angry runs. Take those. All right, fair trade-off.
TJ didn't win the deep, boy. Let me give you a Cam Hayward Walker Payton of the Year. How about this angry run? Maybe we'll make a shirt with Najee being the angry run king. No, I want TJ Watt winning the deep, boy.
Oh, man.
And it's not a big ask because he was the real depoy. Like, it's not even a big ask. It's like just give the man his rightful award. That's all.
Look.
It's not a stretch.
Listen, everybody thought it was funny when Pusha T said Grammy night, award show is the only place you can get robbed, all right? This is the truth. I witnessed 2 robberies. I'm just throwing it out there. You ain't want to agree. Y'all ain't want to agree with me. And then you seen Myles Garrett when everybody's looking all crazy. How Myles win? Look at these numbers. How Myles win? They gave it to the best defender on the best defense in the NFL. The same way for MVP.
Browns weren't the best defense.
The same for MVP. They gave it to the best quarterback on the best team. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I love the mindset of these awards.
Different
Give
awards.
it to the best player on the best defense.
Nope.
Best quarterback on the best offense. That's what they did. Y'all ain't tripping on Lamar Jackson winning MVP. Don't trip on Myles Garrett winning Depot. That's the exact same scenario.
Completely different.
Exact same. TJ's numbers, way better than Myles Garrett's numbers. Different. Josh Allen's numbers, way better than Myles Garrett's numbers. TJ Watt, only negative, he played versus right tackles. Oh, Josh Allen, only negative, he had single-digit more turnovers, total turnovers, than Lamar Jackson. Those are the 2 knocks. Other than that, everything is the same. Except Myles Garrett played for the Cleveland Browns, and they had a elite defense, top-rated defense. He was their best player. Lamar Jackson, elite offense. He was their best player. But neither one of them statistically were the best player. Neither one of them. But this is what we do, man. So I like it, man. I like it.
Completely different.
Apples to apples, man. It's perfect.
Because it's the MVP award. It's most valuable. It's
Defensive Player of the Year. It's the best
gray
defender.
area type of award where it not always has to do with the stats.
Well, Defensive Player of the Year doesn't always have to do with the stats. If you're the best player on the best defense.
It's more about the stat. It's more about just who's the best defensive player out there. That's what it's more about. Yeah, I mean, you're obviously going to talk about some of the impact stuff, but that's why McCaffrey won Offensive Player of the Year, not necessarily MVP.
Yeah.
Now, he had his own case for MVP,
He
but
did.
I think the Niners are still a damn good team without Christian McCaffrey, whereas you take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens.
They're still a good team, man. The Ravens are still a good team.
I'll give you the Josh Allen. Like you get rid of Josh Allen. Yeah, Bills are different. But no, I think the Ravens are different.
Their backup quarterback is a Pro Bowler.
Come on.
Did he get his Pro Bowl anywhere outside of Baltimore? Deke, if he got his Pro Bowl playing quarterback for another team, then sure, but he got to play for Baltimore. And they did not lose games when he was playing. We said it, they almost beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the postseason with Tyler Huntley.
So I have just a problem with the MVP award in general because I'm not going to argue with you right now that Josh Allen
we're on the same page,
valuable than
we're on the same page.
Lamar Jackson, because I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson right now. I agree with you that.
Where you going? I'm with
because I think you got to see what happens in the playoffs to determine value.
I'm with you.
Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is the most valuable player
every year. He's proven that.
Player.
Yes,
like no doubt. But the problem is you're doing this most valuable player thing within the confines of a regular season.
Yep. We're on the same page with that, man.
I don't find my value in my quarterback or players just based off regular season.
I would also agree.
So it's like a flawed award in general.
But that's why you got the Super Bowl MVP. Because you're saying if you can make it to the Super Bowl, then clearly y'all are the best players out here. So whichever player plays the best in this game, we deem you MVP and we say you the man. And we say MVPs in the Super Bowl matter just as much as
they playoff do. MVP. They should do something like that too with the NFL. That would be cool.
NBA they do Western Conference and Eastern Conference Player of the Year or postseason like that Player of the Year for the.
Do that?
Yeah, they just started. It's like the Bill Russell and I forgot the other.
Yeah, they should do something like that.
Yeah,
now,
they got like
Mahomes would have won
off
that
of it
too, but
yeah,
still, it could award someone that goes on a crazy hot run, but maybe fall short in the Super Bowl or fall short in an AFC Championship game or something like that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I think the MVP, it's
I get
just a
what you're saying
flawed
there, yeah.
award because I don't
Yeah.
think Lamar Jackson is as valuable as Josh Allen right now. He's
Right.
not.
But this
if you're
season,
just going
regular
off of
season,
the
yeah.
straight up regular season games, those 17, 18 weeks, I see why Lamar Jackson got the award. But then I got to see more play out in the playoffs. I'm like, no, I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson.
And honestly, the same way you said you see how Lamar won, and I agree. I can also make a case for why Lamar won. I look at the Myles Garrett scenario, and I'm like, okay, if this is the mindset that I have to take for why it makes sense that Lamar won, I'm just using that exact same mindset to make it make sense for why Myles Garrett won. And that is, to me, the only thing that makes sense for either one. Because outside of us saying that they were the best players on their best teams or the best defense and this is the best team in the NFL right now, we can point to players and say, yo, that player was better than this guy. Statistically, eyeball test, feel for it, what you're asking them to do. Where do I stop? We both just talked through it. You take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens are still winning games. They've already proven that with Tyler Huntley being a Pro Bowler because of him coming in when Lamar was out. You take Josh Allen off that field, this team is not even close to in this conversation. So it's like, what criteria are we going to use outside of you were the best player or you were, the quarterback on the best team. Y'all won the most games. And that was when I went back to the argument of 1 seed versus 2 seed. Same with TJ versus Myles Garrett. It's like, what are we looking at? There aren't any stats. Okay, pass rush win rate. Okay, cool. Pass rush win rate. When I hear that is kind of how I feel when people talk about total turnovers. And I'm like, okay, you're telling me that this is that big of a gap that matters more than all this other stuff. And that's when I would say the whole, you mean to tell me 5 more of this is more important than all of this? And y'all be like, yeah. So that's why for me, I'm looking at the pass rush win rate. I'm looking at him being the best defender on the best defense that they, deem regular season wise. And saying, okay, defense. It makes sense. I get it. Check.
I view the awards different.
Fair enough.
I just straight up view the awards different. Like, I think that there's more gray area in the MVP and being less reliant on stats versus offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year. Offensive player of the year, like Justin Jefferson's winning that just straight raw stats, right? Mm-hmm. But is he more valuable to the Vikings than Kirk Cousins? Like,
I got what you're saying on that.
Can the Vikings stay more afloat if Justin Jefferson's out versus a Kirk Cousins?
And I'm saying, even with that criteria, that's why I kept saying, even with quarterback, if I'm taking all these criteria and I'm saying all of this other stuff, right? Stats, non-stats, and everything in between, outside of me simply saying that you were the quarterback for the team that won the most in the regular season, where am I laying that this was better than this? And that's literally how I feel with the Defensive Player of the Year award.
I think he was a more steady quarterback, though, throughout the course of the regular season.
Fine. Steady on a team that has a great defense, a healthy offense, and you're winning. Steady is fine. Don't crash the car. Cool. We talked about what Josh was having to do. It wasn't stay steady, don't crash the car. It was, bro, you better go out here and take this hoopty and drive it 1,000 miles an hour and get busy. We talked about some of them linebackers that was going out there. We talked,
Listen, I do think Josh Allen's more valuable than Lamar Jackson as we sit here today. I don't think I know you're saying it's a snub. I don't feel like it's as bad of a snub, or even, like, I get why Lamar Jackson got it. I just view the snubbing, the degrees of the snubbing are different, in my opinion.
Fair enough. All four of them played great.
If anything, I'll still
though.
probably lean Lamar Jackson, again, just within the confines of regular season and what they're looking for. Like, I get it. But if you want to say, or you're asking me, who are you taking as your quarterback for tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson.
Like I said, man, it
could be based off the regular season, it's based off the play, everything I've got to witness for this season.
Yeah. At the end of the day, all 4 of these players had exceptional seasons. That's the other part. It's not like we saying that Myles Garrett was trash this year. Myles Garrett still had a heck of a season. Lamar Jackson, heck of a season. Josh Allen, heck of a season. TJ Watt, heck of a season. It's just when we talk awards, this is kind of like the convo we had with the Grammys, where it's like, these are all great pieces of work, great bodies of work. But when we're talking about this award and why it's significant and what it does, TJ being a 2-time DPOY today feels a lot different than us saying he won one and now we're over here hollering about him being snubbed. It's like, it doesn't matter, but it does matter, man.
Yeah,
It's frustrating, man.
It's these people that voted for
it's frustrating.
like they're deranged.
It's frustrating, man.
They need some mental checks on them because I literally there's not a case for Myles Garrett over T.J. Watt.
Bro, it's
I
frustrating as heck, man.
I can't find a case for him over T.J. Watt. I can't. They're deranged. Whereas I'll just say again, I see the case for Lamar over Josh Allen.
Like I said, man, we can agree to disagree with that.
But if you're asking me,
I see both of them the same, man.
If you're asking me in my personal record book for this year who I would take as MVP, again, it'd be Patrick Mahomes. But if we're just talking between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, I got Allen over Lamar.
No.
T.J. Watt, D-Boy, not even a question. McCaffrey can keep the offensive player of the year.
Would it have changed for Lamar Jackson if they were the 3 seed? Because in terms of the wins, right, we said it was they won 13, Bills won 11 games, right? But the difference between the 1 seed and 3 seed was literally 2 games. So if they don't have 13 wins, they're sitting at 10 wins. What's the difference?
Absolutely.
Because that's my whole thing. Was like, what was the difference? Because statistically, nothing would change. It's literally we talking the difference of 2 wins, though. That's them being the 1 seed because the Bills are the 2 seed.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, I do think it would be a difference. Because it's not like his stats were anything crazy, but he was the leader of the ship. I brought up the point how many times before, and people will bring it up all the time in the chat. Yeah. Well, people will bring it up all the time in the chat, like winning's not a quarterback stat. It still is the most important thing for a quarterback to do.
It matters the most to them.
It's not. It's not about the stats all the time.
And they have the most control in that also, in terms of, or typically they have the most control in directing wins versus losses because they touch the football literally every play you're out there on offense. So yeah, we on the same page with that. We ain't about to minimize they impact, but when we talk about awards like this, we got to split hairs. And that's what we're doing. We're splitting hairs.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't think that's my difference here. I don't think there's a splitting hairs for the TJ and Myles Garrett. I think it's TJ like going away. Like it's again, it's insane to me that he didn't win. Like it's mind-boggling. It's crazy.
You know what else was mind-boggling?
Whereas the Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, I think that could be splitting hairs.
Okay. So you want to go mind-boggling? Well, tell me how the heck did Joe Flacco win comeback player of the year? If we're gonna go there,
that one is mind-boggling.
So I want to say, I told you I thought on multiple occasions there was some robberies going on. I'm like, you could at least put the mask on. I said with Josh, it was the mask on. With Deke on Flacco, it was no mask. It was just like, yo, DeMar, you gonna take this, get down and lay down. I was like, yo, what we doing here? What is this? What is this? And it was so janky, Deke. They said DeMar had the majority of the first place votes. They said Flacco washed them on all the second place votes. I said, yo.
So it was either you voted for Lamar or DeMar or you didn't.
Yeah, yeah. So he got washed on all the backdoor votes. I said, y'all some janky, just no good, just, I can't believe this, bro. So yeah, if we're going to get there, we're going to keep talking outrage. If we're going to talk about some outlandishness, how does Myles Garrett win over T.J. Watt? Okay, we still haven't really agreed upon that. How does Josh Allen lose to Lamar? We still ain't really agreed upon that. How does Joe Flacco, Deke? How does Joe Flacco get comeback player of the year over the guy who died on the field and came back?
Well, especially because Alex Smith won the award for similar type of stuff, but DeMar Hamlin's
he died.
A little bit more extreme than
he died
Alex
and he came
Smith.
back.
Yeah.
He died and came back.
Alex Smith, he almost died, right?
That was in his recovery.
Yeah.
That doesn't. It wasn't on the field.
It wasn't on the field.
He was
and
months
we
into the
talking
recovery,
about it for
man.
Weeks.
Yeah, we seen a picture. But we like, all right, his leg is crazy. Yeah.
Like we heard about that after the fact.
Yeah,
like he almost died.
We saw.
And they gave him the award though.
Come on, bro.
They gave him the award.
We said your boy Seven should have won it if that was the case.
Right. And when Alex Smith came back, it's not like he was out there doing gangbusters or anything.
Bro, for all that
he was all right. I think he started like 4 or 5 games late in the season.
Seven should have won. If they was gonna do the award like this, Seven should have won, bro. I take what I said back about Alex Smith. Just because he almost died and his leg got mauled up, that does not matter. If Ben played better in his comeback, that's all that matters. Okay, so bump this award. I don't even like this award, bro.
I didn't even want the comeback.
I didn't even like this
award,
bro.
Ben. I didn't want it, but since he was on,
this is crazy, bro.
The sheet,
this is crazy.
I would have voted for him, absolutely. Someone did vote for him. Shout out to that person. Because we were seeking out at least the MVP or offensive player of the year for 7 that year.
I'm just confused, bro. I'm just confused. My man died and came back. Like resuscitation, life-saving man. We saw grown men falling out and crying on the field. We saw them for the first time in NFL history stop a game. Say, yo, we're not even going to play this no more. Just cancel the game. Just go home. Primetime game, might add. It wasn't a Sunday 1 o'clock. It was a primetime game. Big time game. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. Shout out to you.
I'll agree with you on that too. I was shocked.
Shout out to John Easton because he did bring it up, but Flacco did at least say that Hamlin should have won. Myles Garrett did not say that. I'm like, at least have some dignity, okay?
Oh, you could see his face up there. He
Yeah,
knew he got away with
He
robbery.
knew.
He knew. It's like, yeah, you didn't deserve this shit.
He knew. This
You
was for
didn't
you,
deserve
Cleveland.
it.
Oh, you sucker. Oh, he knew it. You knew he knew
Dude,
it.
everyone knows.
He knew it.
It's a thing, too, where it's not just, like, Steeler fans. It's literally
Everybody knew it,
around the
bro.
league. You're seeing
Everybody
people on
knew
Twitter
it.
just like, this is absurd that
Bro.
TJ didn't win.
Everybody
Absurd.
knew it. That was the craziest thing. And Myles Garrett just got up there just like, yep, we did it. I'm like, yo, this is nuts.
How about right after that, too? They're like, hey, TJ, you won the Deke Jones
really?
Award for the most sacks.
Yeah. You called it, bro.
All right,
Caught
I'm
it,
like
man.
thinking, okay, the guy that won the depoy, though, he plays the same position as TJ.
Yeah.
But TJ had more sacks.
That is like the prerequisite for the. It's like
shouldn't that guy you said won the depoy
just
at least
saying.
maybe be in the vicinity of the sacks then,
it was
and made up for it in the other defensive categories
would
at
make
least.
sense,
It's
right?
like, no. He has 5 less sacks, and TJ washes him in every other defensive category. So, it doesn't make sense.
Except pass, rush, win.
I think they're
rate.
tied on forced fumbles
Yeah,
with 4.
Yeah, but
you
pass,
go.
rush, win rate. That is the difference. We cannot overlook that specific metric.
I think they just started using that like a year and a half ago.
Shout out to you,
It's
know
a
you.
made-up metric.
I would agree, but I still got to go back to my grieves with the Flacco situation. Shout out to Know Your Boy because he got my back on this. He says, for the people hollering about DeMar didn't do anything. Bruh, the man died and came back. That's what Know Your Boy said. Direct quote. What more do you have to do? We talking about outside of Jesus, who else is dying and coming back, okay? Outside of Jesus, who's dying and coming back? Just let me know, okay? DeMar did that. So, he don't have to do anything else. He could have played one snap. One snap
He just needed to play.
He just needed to play. One snap means you have officially risen from dead to back alive, and you played in the National Football League. One snap is more than a lot of people can say they have ever played. I didn't play one snap in 2023. I can tell you that. So he done one with me this year, man. He came back from the dead to do that, baby. That's all I'm saying, baby. That's all I'm saying.
You got anything more on the awards? Because I got some breaking news.
We're going to get to that breaking news. I do see the breaking news. Pull it up, though. I do see it. But I don't... I'm trying to think. The last one, Coach of the Year, Stefanski.
Who else was in the running? D'Amico and Campbell.
Yeah. I was surprised a little bit. But at the same time, we did kind of talk about everything that has, that he had to endure, with you losing Nick Chubb, you going through multiple quarterbacks, and taking Joe Flacco being the guy.
Out of the Browns that won it, he was the most deserving for that award.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, because they were on the 4th-string quarterback Flacco off the couch and, made the playoffs. And it's the Browns, too. Like, just being able to coach the Browns and get them into winning records somewhat consistently now at this point. This is, 2 out of 3 years?
And
2 out of 4 years,
double-digit wins again,
Yeah, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. But I think there could have been a case for D'Amico or Campbell as well.
Yeah.
D'Amico, they were the number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
And then they got Texans in the playoffs, winning the division.
Yeah.
And then Dan Campbell, it's almost the same case for Stefanski with the Browns. But I think
steroids.
Campbell did it better with the Lions for this year in particular.
I'd agree.
Winning the division over there, getting to the NFC Championship.
I would agree. Now, hold on. This isn't Stefanski. No, Stefanski lost it the 1 year. I thought that he won Coach of the Year when they had beat us. They were with Baker. Did he get it that year?
I think he did.
That's what I'm saying. This might be his second one, bro. Yeah.
I think he won it that year.
Yeah. I was like, yo, is this his second one? Because it reminded me of how that year felt when, it kind of shocked us. That'd be kind of crazy. I low-key think he got 2 of them things, though, bro.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I do, too. I could double check as the show goes on.
For sure.
You really want to
or
know.
somebody going to drop it in the chat anyways, man.
Okay.
But because I think he won it. That was the first year that he won it, and we was all like, it makes sense because of how surprised we were that Cleveland did what they did, man. Yeah. The Matthew 415. He's also confirming this, man. Yeah.
Are you ready for the breaking news?
Oh yeah, man. I'm ready, man. I've been seeing it pop up. Shout out to you. Oh, and hit that like button one time if y'all was digging the NFL honors convo. But yes, man, I do see it. So let's get into that thing, man. Let's get into it.
From Mike Garafolo from the NFL Network.
Yeah, heck yeah. Shout out to Mike.
He tweets out, the hashtag Steelers and QB Mitch Trubisky have decided to mutually part ways. Sources say the sides spoke to assess the situation, and Trubisky at 29 gets a fresh start just over a month ahead of the start of the league year and free agency. There you go.
I like it. You want first?
Well, not really surprised. I'm going to be interested in how this contract stuff plays out. and how much dead cap we're going to have to take on versus how much cap savings we get. Because this sounds very cordial in how we're ending it.
Yes.
Because I think if we were to cut Mitch, it's not the cap savings we would have thought when we were talking about potentially cutting Mitch like a month or two ago. I don't think it's like that much.
Yep.
It'd only be like $3 million in like cap savings. But I wonder with this sort of agreement, could we be getting off scotch-free? But I mean, it makes sense. It completely makes sense with how the end of the season played out. Kenny gets hurt. Mitch gets his chance. Those 3 games were disastrous, to say the least. And then we get Mason in there, and Mason does what he does for those last 4 games. And you're just thinking to yourself, all right, Kenny's obviously going to be on the roster this year. We've said we're going to try to bring back Mason, so where does that leave Mitch? We can't be paying that much type of money for a QB3. And especially, not even a QB3, but a guy I don't think Tomlin or the organization trusts at this point. So, yeah, I mean, it was a decent run. Best of luck to Mitch.
Yeah, man, I think it was appropriate for both sides, man. And that's why I like with them hitting with the mutually agreed apart ways. Whenever I hear mutual, probably is like, hey, you want to take this pay cut? Absolutely not. All right, cool. There we have it. So, yeah, man, we will see in terms of the numbers how much we'll, save off of that. For Mitch, like I said, I like it for both sides, though. For Mitch, get a fresh start. You're going to get your guaranteed money anyway, so it doesn't matter if you're getting it here.
Go back up to Buffalo.
Okay. That's what I said. This is not like, for quarterbacks, man, quarterbacks like Mitch.
You take him who do you got right now?
We
like
got Kyle Allen. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like quarterbacks like Mitch Trubisky, they're going to have a job. Like, regardless of our personal opinions on him, he is going to be employed in 2024, guaranteed, outside of something catastrophic.
Like, dude, there's guys like Chase Daniel who made a career out of being a backup.
That's what I be trying to say. I'm like, we might not view him as a starter, but Mitch is going to be employed. Yeah, like you said, worst case, he come right back up to Buffalo. I could assure you, he could be a backup up there, man. But, like I said, that's why I do like it for him. Just because, hey, man, you came through. You knew the situation was kind of crazy anyways with the timing of it. We bring in Kenny Pickett. You obviously don't play the way that, we would have hoped. Everything kind of gets crazy this last year. So, yeah, it does make sense for him to, want a fresh start somewhere else, man, where he doesn't have the negative equity already built up. Because now, anytime we see him out there in a black and gold jersey, our PTSD going to act up. We're going to be thinking about...
I do feel that way with even, like, Tomlin.
Yeah,
too. Like,
that's
the way
real.
he was talking
real,
about
bro.
Mitch after that Colts game, he was like, I wish we would have passed it this way or done it this way. And, like, Mitch didn't really follow that directive. Like, he clearly said that in one of his press conferences. So not only the fans, but I think even Tomlin and the coaching staff.
Yeah, no, that's real, man. And that's the thing, too. It's like when there isn't a trust or there's, so much negative that's been happened that I can't, hey, you good, bro?
I got more breaking news.
All right, what you got,
like,
bro?
Big time news.
Dang, man, I thought you popped the park or something, bro. The way your eyes bopped up like that, man.
Do you still have anything more to say about Mitch?
Well, I did, but I got the other part, too. I was going to get to that. Wife had just sitting with the text, man.
Oh, you saw the breaking news, too?
Yeah. So I was going to hit this one first, then we was going to get to that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, keep going.
Come on, say, yeah, she just popped my jaw. I'm like, yo, I got you, bro. Appreciate you. She see right here, Miss Moats, bro. She is not playing. She is ordered today, bro. I see you, bro. I see you. I'm going to text her right now. We talking about it and you right now. All right.
I think she beat the chat to it, too.
Wow. So, now, yeah. All right, so I'll just go ahead. We'll just go ahead and say it all together, and then we can just, I'll process the Mitch part and then everything else. So, go ahead and hit the next part of the thing, and then I'll just start my
Tom Pelissaro
yeah.
tweets out, the Steelers have officially released Mitch Trubisky. We already know that. But that goes along with 2 other players, Chooks and Presley Harvin. Wow.
All right. So that is what Deke was referring to. That's what I was talking about. That's what my wife was texting me as well. And yeah, I was trying to wait on it to talk. But so to finish up about Mitch, man, do think it's a good for both parties, man. For Mitch, number one, fresh start, go somewhere else. As a quarterback, a quarterback of his caliber, you're always going to have an opportunity to compete somewhere. As a 2, worst case, right situation, you might backdoor into a starter. You know what I mean? So for him, I like that. For us, in terms of the Steelers, you don't have to worry about the baggage of the contract, along with just almost like this lame duck type of situation with him, where we weren't going to view him going forward as a guy that we could legitimately trust at QB1. We've already felt that Mason has surpassed him to an extent based off what he has shown in these 4 games. So for Mitch, it was just a weird space for him. So that's why for the team, it makes sense to go ahead and cut that tie. So now we could just get fresh start, whether we want to go double draft, free agency and draft, bring Mason back in free agency, Mason back and draft something. But at least now you've checked off one of those boxes. So I do think that that was a good move. Now, in terms of Chooks and Press, sucks for my dog Presley. I definitely can understand it. You can't continue to be inconsistent at this level, and we've seen the difference of inconsistency in the punting game and how that impacts you in the field. I mean, we talked about just even in that Bills-Steelers postseason matchup, man. One guy flipping the field drastically, another guy was kind of not as consistent. That stuff matters. Regardless of the metrics that you've heard me talk about that I know the team focuses on, which is net punting, you still have to be more consistent, and that was one of the issues. So it does suck. You know, I rocks with Presley too. That's one of my little man's favorite dudes. So that definitely sucks. But this is a business, and that's the part where you say you got to take the feelings out of it when you talk about the players, because personal feelings versus what a dude is doing on the field can be 2 very different things. And regardless of how we might feel about Presley personally, his story and everything like that, you do want more consistency. And, you know, it's no surprise that they were bringing in a Brad Wing at the end of the year. We talked about how at a point we was over here like, well, damn, Braden Mann was here as well at one point. This dude made a Pro Bowl. It's like,
he ended up doing pretty good. Wait, he made the Pro Bowl this year?
I don't think he was it Pro Bowl?
He
I
was
look, you
up
think he made the Pro Bowl,
in
bro?
terms of some of his
Yeah,
putting
I think he
stats.
made the Pro Bowl, bro. Yeah, but it was like that whole dynamic of, dang, man, like what could have been, because just double check, I could be off.
I will.
I thought he had a Pro Bowl. I thought he did. Maybe not.
No.
No,
But
dang,
he was like
all
one
right.
of the top 3 or 5 punters this
Respect.
year.
Respect.
Whenever
I
you
was
look
like, I
at the
know he was
stats.
definitely talked about the whole time. But
Yeah, his net punting was 43.8.
yeah, that's hooping, bro. That's hooping. Absolutely. Because, you know, when I say net punt, anything over 40 is like, you that dude, you doing what you're supposed to. 43, you cooking. Absolutely. So, yeah, like I said, that makes sense. I can understand it. It sucks that, you know, he was a draft pick and it doesn't work out, but that kind of comes with the territory. It's a results-based league. It's a performance-based league. The last thing, in terms of Chooks.
Hey, real quick on the Presley stuff,
Yes.
though. Coincidence it it came the day after the Super Bowl, after they got to see some of the punters perform yesterday?
No,
I mean, because that's what I was thinking. I'm like, damn, we need some punting like that. I mean, it goes back to what you were saying in the Bills game.
You know, that's how I
But
felt with Buffalo, because we
that
got
Chiefs
one.
dude
Yeah.
was, wow. That was a huge asset. That was a huge plus for
It
them
changes
yesterday.
everything,
huge
bro.
Huge plus. And we didn't get any of that from Harvard.
And
really.
that's the difference of anywhere between 20 to 40 yards in hidden field when you're talking about as a defense, what you have to defend as an offense. When you're thinking about, okay, I don't have to be as aggressive right here because I can punt this. My defense will get a stop, and now we're going to get a free 30 yards off of this thing. That type of stuff, you know, it really is impactful. The only reason why I don't think it was directly correlated to that.
It's a joke. But
Yeah, I was like, I think it's just the timing of like, yo, when Super Bowl's in, all right, who we clearing up off of? New league you're about to start.
It's just a funny visual, though. If Tomlin's
hey.
watching the Super Bowl, he just calls up Omar. He's like,
Bro,
let's
what we
get this
doing?
done tomorrow. Like,
It wouldn't surprise
no
me.
more waiting around.
All right, it wouldn't surprise me, man. What we waiting on? I'm with you. All right. And then last with Chooks, definitely not surprised with that. Obviously, we know the bad, I don't want to call it bad blood, but whatever was said from him to the team and how they, you know, kind of back and forth it. Ultimately got him pulled out the lineup. Broderick came in, played well. Dan Moore played well enough. Chooks was the guy with the most money on the contract. You know that's a bad situation when you the paid guy and you get pulled. It ain't a good look. So, yeah, man. This was part of it. I think for Chooks, he's definitely going to land on his feet. When you talk about just big athletic guys, it's not a lot of them walking around, especially at the NFL level. We see some of these tackles, man, that to me are a lot worse than Chooks, and they get paid sometimes just as much, if not more at times, man. So I do think for him, he's going to find somewhere he's going to land. Hopefully for us to be in the division, though, because I do think we match up really well versus him. Just throwing it out. Orlando Brown, bro. Orlando Brown, bro, the way he be getting paid, man, I'm just like, bro, come on, man.
Oh, yeah, you're saying you're hoping someone maybe overpays him a little
man,
bit, and then he goes up against TJ Watt.
We didn't see Andre Davis get paid how many times to go to Cincinnati. I'm like, bro, I'm taking Chooks over that one, okay? So what was the other one? Bobby Hart. You said like it's certain dudes are getting, yeah. So I'm like, he is gonna get employed. He is gonna have a job. He probably be starting next year, man. I'm just saying that we wouldn't hate it if it was in division. That's all.
So from the chat, Yanni says these moves save around $12 million total.
Yeah.
And for Chuk specifically, his cap hit would have been 11.8. The dead cap is going to be 3, so that's around 8.8 million just for Chuk. So I guess Mitch is going to be saving like 4 mil.
Okay.
Because I saw on his spot rack that they're already up to date on this. They already
ain't
have him
no
released.
Time, bro.
Yeah,
they ain't wasting no time.
Mitch's dead cap for this season for us is 4 million.
He's a quarterback. When quarterbacks get released, former top quarterbacks, man, yeah, they're gonna have them numbers accurate. See if Chooks is updated.
It's not yet.
Yeah, it's Presley Harvin.
I'll hit refresh, but
Yeah.
no, it's not updated yet. No.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's my thing. Though I do feel like I said, for all three of those dudes. Definitely Mitch. I think he gets employed right away. I think Chooks should probably be starting somewhere next year. Presley, that's going to be the interesting one.
He'll probably be in the same boat
compete
as
somewhere.
Braden Mann
And
coming
Brad
off
Wing
of the Jets,
and,
where he had to compete and didn't have the best of stops with the team that drafted him up in New York. But then, had to find his own way somewhere else, and that's probably what's going to happen with Harvin. He'll be competing somewhere, I would assume.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely compete. He'll be in the camp. In worst case, he'll be, doing the whole XFL, UFL, all that type of stuff. But I don't think it gets to that. I think he will get opportunity to compete somewhere. But for him, at that position, they don't play backups. So you have to be the guy. And if you're not the guy, this is kind of what you get. Very similar in a sense to quarterback. They don't rotate them quarterbacks. So if you're not clearly the top 2 dudes, we wasting your time and you wasting our time. But man,
wow.
3-piece today. I was not expecting that on our bingo card for today, man.
12 million. Part of this is just
who got to
us
get paid,
getting right for free agency, getting our cap situation right. Because I think we were over the cap.
Yeah.
We still got some restructures to make.
You got a Highsmith restructure. You got a TJ restructure. Potential Larry Ogunjobi restructure. Potential Cam Hayward extension if you wanted to. It's just another opportunity. Instead of cutting them, you know what I mean?
We can't cut him after Walter Payton Man of the Year,
Yeah,
right?
you can't cut him after that. Or at least it'll be frowned upon.
Well, you see he's trying to get that patch on his jersey.
I have seen that.
How do you feel about that?
What do you mean? I'm all for Cam. I side with Cam.
It's against the tradition.
It is very much. That was part of the reason why I was a little upset too, because it was like, when they started doing certain things, like, if you win the award, they can put. It's like, no, they ain't. They ain't gonna do that here. Hey, you get team captain, they can put no, they ain't. They gonna do that here. This seems to be kind of like, do it really matter here? Yeah, because they don't do that type of cool stuff. Yeah.
No one's above the team.
I was like, I get it. But that is the part where you be like, it's so much not fun. Like, I get tradition. Tradition is tradition for a reason. But there's certain parts of tradition where I'm just like, dang, man, that kind of sucks, man. Because I think it'd be hard to have that patch up. Bro, we used to see people put with that patch, and it doesn't matter if you won it with that team. If you won Wall Street Man of the Year, you get the patch. You want the patch, man? Patch me up, bro. It's right here. How hard it was like when we got the DMR patch. It just looked different. It's like, this is fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to be straight up. I don't want him having the patch on.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Come on, bro. It's fire. The patch is hard.
No captain patch.
I be seeing
no
Dak. I done seen Dak with it. I done seen Calais Campbell with that big patch. Every time I see Calais, I'm like, dang, bro. I can't. I wish. I just can't.
I feel bad for Cam,
Whitworth. You seen Whitworth with the It just look fire. It just They say, Cam, you can wear it, just not here, but you can wear it.
Yeah, if it's that much of a priority for you.
With the pay cut too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah,
It's like my man said,
he's taking a pay negotiation.
He said, "I'm not taking a pay cut, and I want Walter Payton Man of the Year on my jersey. Can we do business? Good luck. All right." He got a better chance to get that jersey with the patch than that guy. I'm just thinking. Fight. Hey, pick your battles. Pick your battles. Fight that Man of the Year battle. Fight. I think that's the one you can win. I think that's a battle that you can win. I think that's very obtainable. I would fight that fight.
Right, I think he has a better chance on that versus the pay cut thing or some type of restructure.
Yeah, 100%.
Better
bro.
chance. I don't know how good of a chance, but
the odds have to be better for that one, bro. It has to be better.
Because I feel like if you're the Steelers, if you're Rooney, that's something that you would be proud of to have your player, have the patch on one of your players. Yeah. At the same time, no one's above the team. We're not.
But it is Cam though.
Yeah, if there's one guy that's like, all right, can we make
BK.
the exception for this
Right.
season, or and until he retires,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's
But
scam.
at
It's
the same
different.
time,
Scam.
I get why you don't want to be making these exceptions all the time. We're not making it for
Yeah.
these single digits and stuff. We're not
Yeah.
making it for the patches.
Yeah.
You're captain. You get a Walter Payton Man of the Year. No patch. It's just the rule. That's how we do it. No single digits outside of quarterbacks or kickers and punters. That's how we do it here.
Shout out to tradition, bro. Shout out to tradition.
Fish Momentum says Ambition Live at Rivers Casino, February 23rd, 2024. You know what? I already read that.
Yeah, we should
I already read that.
should be at Tito Good Vibes.
Yeah, he sent a Moats membership to someone.
Shout
and
out to
I lost
Tito.
their name.
Oh, good. Shout out to Tito being a rock star of life, and to whoever that individual was. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Joe Garbus, back at it again, says, when y'all leaks dropping? Love the show. 580 Ada, Oklahoma.
I hope for me never. Remember, I was unaware of the leaks that had leaked recently. Deke put me on game, and whoever that was with the chat put me on game too. And I was like, oh, all right. So yeah, hopefully I ain't got no leaks. I don't want no leaks out there, man. I don't need no leaks. Leaks are bad for business, man. Leaks are bad for business.
Justin Baum, Moats, I'm curious what your take is on the Kelsey Reed incident on the sideline. Heat of the moment to me, but I've seen some outlandish takes on it.
Of course, it's gonna be outlandish takes, man. This is what people do. We're gonna complain about everything, right? But to me, man, I said it was the perfect storm. Number one, it was one of 3 players on that roster for the Kansas City Chiefs that could be in that situation and do that, and that outcome be reflected like how it was. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones. Outside of that, if you bump into Andy Reid or any coach of that status in a game, it doesn't matter how big the game, it doesn't matter what the stakes are. Nah. But when you're talking about specifically Travis Kelce and his relationship specifically with Andy Reid, when you're talking about specifically the stakes for those guys as they are trying to repeat as Super Bowl champions after they just won it the year before, we're talking about Travis Kelce, who's going to go down as arguably one of the best tight ends to ever play this game, one of the most fiery competitors also. When I think about all of that context, man, I do feel like in that moment, you understand it. And I think Andy Reid, ultra professional in that moment, understand it as the head coach, he doesn't have to try to big boy or piss in contests or even try to send a message, because I do see where some people were like, man, I would have benched him. I wouldn't have done that. And it's like, okay, you would have lost the Super Bowl. We saw Belichick, right? Belichick benched the corner and they lost the Super Bowl. We've seen that happen. So if that discipline and or proving that, you're the authoritarian in that moment mattered more than winning the Super Bowl, well, great. You bench him, you react how you react, you don't win it, and you at least feel good about yourself internally, I suppose, but you're 1 ring short. To me, when I saw not just them interact, but everything that transpired after that, I thought, man, these are 2 dudes that have a crazy amount of respect for each other, that have been doing this thing for a long time in some of the most competitive situations. And this is where the stakes are the absolute highest. This is the Super Bowl. There is no tomorrow. And it's not like Kelsey was complaining about something that he's not capable of doing. We talking about blocking. We talking about just being out there having impact. Kelsey do that. And he does it with a positive spirit. So that was my thing with it, man. But I feel like it could only be one of them 3 players. Kelsey, Mahomes, or Chris Jones. If one for them 3, nah, man, you tripping. Get up out of here. Go sit on the back end of the end zone, take your uniform off. Don't even look over here. Just go in. Just go. Just go. Goodbye. But because it was one of them dudes, I think that's to me personally, that's kind of how I looked at it. No different if it was AB7, Pouncey. It's like, man, y'all both the only ones when we was here that if it was ever you could get away with that, or Troy. You know what I mean? Like, we talking a finite, super small amount of people, man, because that's the head coach. That's like you going to your job right now, going up to your boss, and regardless of how fired you up, hey, man, it's like, bro, you could be 100% right. But there's a level of respect. There's a level of how you communicated. That right there is crossing the line. But specifically because of who it was, that was why I looked at it. I was like, yo, I get it. And this is the one-off. It ain't like this is a reoccurring thing. This is a one-off. And it can't happen again. That was how I looked at it.
Right, the one time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
And it, just so happened to be in the Super Bowl, and that's probably why it happened, because the stakes are so high, the emotions are so high,
They
and
trying to go
everything.
back to back.
And both of them after the game, as you alluded to, just they just joked about it because I think what their relationship is over the course of this whole time they've been together carries way much more weight than whatever that was.
moment was.
Yeah, and I guarantee too, Kelsey wasn't trying to bump into him. He's probably just
So fired up, bro. It just happens.
He's probably just
bro.
seeing red, just
Tell
pissed
you,
off,
man.
and just so happened to bump into Reed. Like that, there's no way that was his intention.
And I tell you, man, like on the sidelines in these games, bro, I've only been in the AFC Championship, man. And I just think about how intense, how heated some of the convos, how just the vibes, even on that type of run, can get. I could not imagine we talking about Super Bowl repeat, and this is my 4th opportunity as well in these type of games, man. Versus a team that we just played against 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. It's like, man, that's the part where I don't even feel like we're even capable of putting ourselves all the way in that moment to say, oh, wow, I would have never done that, or I would have done this. It's like, bro, we don't know what the heck we would have done with that. But I do, like I said, I do like the fact that for Andy Reid, man, he just didn't allow an ego or a pride thing to ultimately hurt his team more in that moment. Because this is kind of like when we talked about Deontay Johnson with him walking on the fumble with, or it was the GP walking with, no, it was Deontay. Excuse me, I'm tripping.
Well,
Cincinnati game.
You could have probably benched
I guess both of
one of them at some point this season.
Yeah, you catch what I'm saying.
some reason.
So at one point, right, both of those players had been called to, yo, you need to bench them, send a message, man, teach my lesson, da da da. And we said,
trade them.
You can
Cut
do.
them.
This is also those some other options that was brought up. Yes, but we said that those were some things that if you do that in the moment as a coach, you feel good. You might feel good as a fan base in that moment, but does that actually help your team win? Does that bring you closer, or does that take you further away from the Lombardi? And I just felt like with Travis Kelce, in that moment, man, if Andy Reid said something, I don't see them winning this game. Because you think about from that moment, Kelce, his play also picked up. As a team, they all picked up. And I think that, like I said, just one of them once in a, we just got a chance to witness, a little bit of their dynamic, but also just the love that it comes from. And that's why when you're in these heated moments, and we say, like, as players in the locker room, we're so close because it's like, we spend so much time with each other. So when we argue, bro, it's not that I'm trying to tear you down. If I'm coming at you, it's for a legit reason. And I'm as passionate as I am because I love you, man. I want you to succeed, but we can't succeed if you messing up. And we both knew this because we was doing this on Wednesday. We knew this on Tuesday. So I just kind of looked at it like that.
Yeah, and it probably comes more out of, like you said, just their relationship and probably like the love that they have for each other with all these years that they've been doing it, and as opposed to just Kelsey and his status and just wanting the ball. It's like I feel like I can like go up to him and like and just like, hey, I'll call you out, like, yo, let's pick this up, like you got to give me the ball, like this is what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what he was going for was obviously just being heated, just trying to say that, vocalize that. I don't think I truly don't think he was trying to bump into him, but like
he's so fired up on the sideline, bro.
I think it was an accident. I truly think it was an accident.
I agree.
He wasn't trying to bump into him, but
who was my
yelling
man
at a coach
over
getting the ball, like that happens all the time.
We see that in Pittsburgh. This is normal.
Yeah.
That's normal. I've seen that in Buff. I've seen it in Arizona. That's normal behavior.
Yeah, it was the bumping that, getting a little physical. That's where it's like, man.
And because it caught Reed off guard, so he kind of stumbled. I'm like, oh, big man going down. Like, it just the optics look bad.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs weren't winning at the time, so everybody's like, oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. A little bit of a bad look for Kelsey.
Winning cures all, though, bro. Winning cures all. Because imagine how this is talked about if they lose.
Yeah.
They going crazy.
I still think Kelsey and Reed
they would minimize it.
Yeah, they probably don't view it as a big deal either way, win or loss.
But people would have made it way bigger if they lose, man.
Justin Baum. Oh, no, I just read that. Fish Momentum, Usher the GOAT. Ambition the Kid halftime for the NFL.
Hey, man, you need to make that happen. That would be elite. Come on, man. Because aren't we supposed to say that? Like, who we want to do headline next year? It's too soon for that?
Yeah, next year. I don't know.
I don't know. I like Usher, though, man. I thought Usher did his name, man.
T Swift is an obvious candidate, right?
Yeah, she got a new album coming out, too.
But like you said, she doesn't need the NFL halftime.
Nah, she definitely doesn't.
They should be paying her to do that.
1,000%. Their marketing dollars went up a crazy amount. The odds on Super Bowl was up. You talk about just the group that she brought alone.
Yeah, there's no reason for her to
Yeah.
do that. But if she wants
Is she
some
bored,
money,
man? Yeah.
if she wants some money.
Who knows? Perform while your man playing, I guess. Yeah.
Gone to Sawn 07. If a player had gotten up in Darth Hoodie's face like that, they would have been benched, exiled, and drawn and quartered.
No, this is facts. Remember, they didn't even have to do that. He'll sit you if you just feel like you're doing something crazy. Yeah, we seen it. We've seen that. Legitimately seen it before, man. So,
Brady would have been able to get away with that, right?
I would hope, but this is also the guy that was trying to get rid of Brady. So I really don't know. Yeah. But he for a fact wouldn't have went for that. He for a fact would have told him sit down. Yeah. When my man say it was Malcolm Butler. When he said that man that sex, I'm like, bro, for what? Because the what? Y'all have muscle curfew? What?
Is that what it was?
It never was officially reported, but they was
Yeah,
rumored about
I never
curfew.
knew what it was.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you serious? That's what it? Like, you want to prove that much of a point? That to me is when we talk pride ego. I'm like, cause you cost yourself a ring. Let's be real. Or you didn't give yourself the best chance to get a ring.
No.
By sitting that guy.
Steel Nation on fire. Did y'all hear what Parsons said about TJ?
Yes. You want to refresh the people? Did you hear what he said?
I honestly didn't hear the full quote.
I just heard enough of the quote where, the gist was TJ isn't a top 5 pass rusher.
He isn't.
He said he is not.
Oh my
In terms
God.
of a pure pass rusher, he's just not a top 5 pure pass rusher. And he said also, look at the statistics, they would even back that up.
These player podcasts are getting out of hand, huh?
That's what he said, bro. Do you know how many people hit me where he was like, bro, what did your man say? Is he tripping? I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on with Parsons, bro. I don't agree
He
with
said
that.
the stats back it up.
He said the
for him to
stats
not
back
be
it.
top
And
5.
that's why people really lost their mind.
No,
When he said the
back
stats,
him up being the best edge rusher in the
Deke,
league.
when he
the
said the
best defensive player in the league, in
stats
fact.
back it up, that was the part where I'm just like, oh, you blew it, bro. You blew it. If you would have just went top 5 and you was gonna give me some roundabout reason for why you like Max Crosby or why you like Myles Garrett or why you like yourself or why you like Daniel Hunter and all these, it's like, okay, if you was gonna go that, all right, give me some reasons. Those all eyeball test guys, fine, cool. But you can't say statistics. That's like the one thing you can't say in an argument when you talking TJ Watt. You might holler about how he look. You might holler about his height. You might holler about all this other stuff, but you can't holler them numbers to TJ Watt, man. Shit, bro. Yeah, he said it, bro. He definitely said it. So he's not a top 5 pass rusher.
He should just focus on
Yeah.
being the best edge rusher he could be,
Yeah.
as opposed to trying to be the next Stephen A. Smith right now.
Yeah.
With these hot takes, this is come
Hey,
on,
man,
come on, bro.
I ain't tripping on it though. Like, I like his confidence, man. I do like his confidence. I just don't agree with when you saying that TJ Watt isn't a top 5 pass rusher. TJ Watt's top 5 pass rusher, man. He's a top 5 pass rusher. It don't
egregious.
matter what you say. He is a top 5 pass rusher, bro. Like, stats, cut the tape, eyeball test, feel good, impact, wins, losses, whatever metric we're gonna look at, man. TJ Watt is a top 5 pass rusher. Period. That was the part for me. I'm just like, that's undebatable. Like, we can't debate if he's a top 5. We talk about him being depot back to back. We said he's top 5. Like,
I'm saying it's not even a debate. He's the best defensive
You see-
player
you
in the
catch what I'm
league.
saying?
But
Yeah, I'm
we're
like,
even
bro,
taking it down a
top
notch from that
5.
and saying top 5. Like,
I'm like, no, bro, we can't be on no top 5. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah. Yeah, that's even worse than the AP voters. It's
bro,
it's worse.
What?
And he plays football. Like come on. Like, you would think he would have a better take on this.
Deke, top 5 pass rushers. Deke, who the heck am I?
This is
Miles,
worse than PFF. This is worse
Parsons,
than a PFF take.
Crosby. I'm throwing Crosby in there. Don't even feel right. I ain't saying don't even feel right.
I think PFF at least has TJ top 5, right?
Like, yo, who are these other 2 that we gonna put? Daniel Hunter, okay, you got me 4. Who are you putting above? Because that don't even seem right. Okay,
No.
what you gonna tell me? Aiden Hutchinson? What you gonna tell me? Chase Young, Nick Bosa? Who are you gonna say?
No, not Chase Young.
Who are you gonna say? You going Bosa?
No.
You going other
there's,
Bosa?
There's no one I'm putting ahead of
We're going
TJ.
Khalil Mack. Who?
There's no
I'm trying
one.
to figure out who specifically. Because if you're gonna say Khalil Mack, then you guys say Khalil Mack is definitely over Crosby, is definitely over Hunter as well. Then if we're going that route, like, who? If TJ isn't top 5, but yeah, man.
Dondre Zoe says my Jackson Powers Johnson comp is Jason Kelsey. Okay,
Huh.
we could use that.
Now, don't be just saying that, man, and then I get to watching them, and it's like, yo, they ain't even close to no Jason Kelsey, bro. He more Craig Humphrey. Because Jason Kelsey fire. And that's the only thing. Like, Jason Kelsey is a dang good player, man. So, I hope he does live up to that type of thing, though, man. But, nah, he's definitely on my list, man. I'm about to start chopping up some of that tape on him, man.
Farron Bradford, I don't think Kyle had the right feel for the game with his play calls. Too much analytics and decision-making.
I mean, but that's how they got to the dance, though. You can't get to the dance, basing off of your analytics and stuff like that. And then, now that you're in this moment, you fall back off of it. That's, what we talk about in this matchup, man. Do everything right, perfect team or, elite level team. Yeah, and you check all these boxes versus they got the outlier. That,
I don't think he was bad. I think his only mistake was receiving the kick in overtime. I think he should have deferred.
And of course, and to me, I always look at that and say it's hindsight 2020.
But yeah, at the end of the day, like if you go down and score a touchdown,
you're not tripping.
That makes that decision look better. At least
it looks.
I still like at least knowing what you have to do.
That's
because then you could use all your downs as opposed to potentially punting it and wasting it.
Trust me, that's fine.
Because the Chiefs had to do that fourth down.
Yeah.
When they had it, whereas the Niners, if they didn't get that call, they would have had to punt it.
No.
And then getting the ball second too, like if the Chiefs go down, match the touchdown, you could just make that whole theory that Shanahan was talking about null by going for two, where he was like, if we get the ball back and then it's sudden death for the third time.
But if they don't and they kick the field goal, then his theory does work. That's why I feel like it's just hindsight
Ultimately,
2020.
Yeah, if you just play good football like that shouldn't matter that much. But I think I still will stand by. I think it's the better strategy. I think it gives your team the best chance.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, it's kind of like when we talk about even college football, right? You want them to go first.
Defer.
Yeah, make them go
defer.
first. Yeah, make them go first.
Because it is. I mean, it is like at least for that first back and forth.
Yeah.
One team's offense gets the ball, the other team's offense gets the ball. That is like college football.
And especially if he's saying that it's not because of them being fatigued, because I was making a decision with the fatigue. That was my whole mindset with it, bro.
I can understand.
That's my mindset because you just got the boys off the field and they about to go right back out there versus Mahomes. I'm like, all you're going to do is go down here and score. You can put him out there, all he's going to do is going to score. That's all that's about to happen right here, man.
Yeah, I don't really know what Shanahan did.
So that's why I don't get that, bro.
I didn't think the 49ers receivers were getting that open. I thought the Chiefs corners were doing pretty good. Yeah. They got McCaffrey the ball 30 times, which is a good game plan going in. Just get him the ball, see what happens.
It's like what you would give him, 40, 50?
Like that was the opposite of what the Ravens did. And
they kept sticking with him.
That's what we said. The Niners, you should get McCaffrey the ball. He's a playmaker. Just figure out a way to get him the ball. I don't think he did bad. It's just, you ran into Mahomes and Purdy didn't make a couple throws. You didn't convert in the red zone for touchdowns as much as you wish you did. Purdy maybe missed a couple throws on third down, and that's it. But that happens. Chiefs have a pretty good third down defense.
Yeah.
Went to overtime. Like, you went to overtime against Mahomes and the Chiefs, and you gave yourself a good chance.
Yeah.
You're not always going to be perfect. Farron Bradford. Parsons got more excuses than career sacks. Miles did not have a better season than TJ in any metric. Stop rooting for friends and root for greatness. All this chirping he did behind his Rookie of the Year award is crazy.
Talk to him, Farron Bradford. Talk to him, man. But no, it's real like that, man. It is real. Oh, and we did miss one. Official Momentum. He says, imagine if Travis Kelce did that back in the day in terms of bumping into Andy Reid. Well, yeah, that's different. That's before he was, multiple Super Bowl champ. Arguably, one of the greatest tight ends to ever play this game. I think that's the context. All of that had to have taken place. Otherwise, go to the back of the bench, take it close. I don't want to hear you. Go straight to the locker room. Just go.
I wonder if he's talking about like if that would have happened in the 70s. Maybe the coach would just, the coach and the player would just fight.
Yeah, probably sock him back. Imagine Chuck No. All right.
Christian 15213. Both of your fits are dime.
Hey, man, appreciate you.
Good luck. However, I'm upset. I am down on the Steelers organization. I'm sad. If Kenny is this trash, just admit it and move on. Look at what Mac Jones is doing in New England. Mason is QB1. Don't let him.
He ain't feeling Mac Jones, apparently. Fair enough.
I understand that. No one should be liking Mac Jones that
much. You
much.
did bring him up as a recommendation, though.
As a backup, as a competition guy, whatever.
No,
just
no.
a guy to bring in, whatever.
Stay away.
No, I don't want him starting. I don't want him anywhere
Stay
near the
away.
football field this
Stay
year. But
away.
extra set of eyes in the room. How about QB3? How about us QB3?
All right. Say it, man.
But no, I'm not high on Mac Jones. And you think Mason's QB1 versus Kenny? Fine. I don't care. Just let it be a Mason Kenny competition. May the best man win.
Based on how our roster is constructed this past season, man, do you think one of them dudes could play on that type of level, though? Like we saw Purdy do? Because we obviously know Mahomes, we said, is a class by himself. But
I do.
The vein that Purdy was playing in, do you think one of those dudes or whoever we bring in?
I do.
Because I'm like, we said that's if we're saying Purdy's a top 10 guy.
I do. And again, this is based off projection. I think Kenny shows us a lot of good fourth quarter stuff, clutch stuff, moments not too big, good winner. He's got to get the other stuff together, and that's my prediction. I think he can. I think he can replicate the stuff that he was doing at Pitt on a pro level. Now with Mason, we got to see some of that like higher level talent in these last 4 games. And the question with him is like, how do you respond with adversity like mid-game? Yeah. We got to see a little bit of that in the playoffs. Now, small sample size with him, but it's like it's just both. Like I'm visualizing both. If you could get them the best versions of themselves, then I could. Yeah, they could play in those type of moments. They could play on a big stage like that. But they got to do it. That's the one thing that's against both of them right now. And just I guess in this off season and where my takes stand, where I'm calling for it. I'm predicting it. I'm like, all right, just trust me. Trust me, bro. Just trust me.
The way our offseason has already kicked off, man, who knows? All right. We didn't got a Mitch off the roster, a day after the Super Bowl. All right, so I'm hoping that it does return to at least Mason so we get that convo going. But I'm like, bro, who the heck knows what a surprise we about to get, man?
Yeah. If Mason replicates those last 4 games over the course of the season, that's top 10.
Seriously,
that is a top 10 quarterback.
That's literally what you're saying with the whole Purdy, and you
I think
classify him as
more talented than Purdy. Not as mobile, but he has a better arm for sure. And then Kenny, I need to see him develop into what I think he can be. Like that's what's going on with both those QBs.
Okay.
It's going to be a long off season for me. I know that.
Yeah, I was over here, bro.
It's going to be a long off season.
Watching them 2 quarterbacks last night, man. I got to go one day at a time, bro. Just take one day at a time. All right? Because, at one point, I ain't gonna lie, Deke, I did feel just a little sliver, just a sliver of it. I was just like,
what?
Dang, bro. We wasted time.
No.
It was a sliver. It went away. It went away, Deke. It went away. But it was a moment.
You're being honest. I know where you stand.
If this is safe space, it's safe space. All right,
it's
safe space. All right. It was a moment I was like, bro, because I know what Mahomes is, and we both would agree. We know what Mahomes is. My problem was because I've literally just seen Mahomes take down the unicorn that is the 2-time MVP, Lamar Jackson. I also saw him go at it with my dude, Josh Allen. Seen him even get after a little tour. Okay? It's just like, those are 3 different levels of what we deem as elite or really good or just starter level quarterbacks. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what we got right now, man. I'm just like, God, dog, man. It's the uncertainty. And that's why I just got to take one day at a time. Because uncertainty. We don't know that Kenny can't develop into that. We don't know that Mason can't develop into that. Until we know. It was just like, dang, though, bro.
That's the thing.
Just seeing it. That's the problem, man.
I don't need them to be exactly Mahomes, but you need them to be something like Brock Purdy where they go toe-to-toe with Mahomes.
And that's why I didn't name Mahomes. I named all the others that have lost to Mahomes because Mahomes clearly sits at the top. No matter what other quarterback we're going to talk about, Mahomes is at the top until otherwise. Like, he's just there. Not Josh, not Lamar, not Burrow. It's Mahomes. So I'm like, we've seen a Joe Burrow go at him. We've seen Purdy go at him. And that's why I'm just like, all right, are we closer to this version? Or are we closer to that version? I think we're closer to this version, but I'm like, this version has to come with all of that too. And that's why, like I said, man, I was just feeling a little down. But then I was like, we're going to take it one day at a time. Because
I feel like they could. I truly do.
Because no one knew Brock Purdy could develop into what he's developed into. Now, granted, it's just 2 seasons, but nobody knew that this could happen. So I'm like, you know what? One day at a time, I'm down for another surprise. I ain't tripping.
But, yeah, this is the year for either my take on Kenny, and now I'm throwing even Mason into
Yeah.
this too because I'm backing Mason.
Yeah.
This is the year for those takes to either flourish and
Mm-hmm.
bloom like a flower and be amazing,
Seriously.
and I could go on a rant, or I'm gonna have to make some apologies potentially.
Respect.
This is the year.
I do hope that we get your success in both, whether it's the Kenny take or the Mason take that happens here in Pittsburgh too. I don't want your take to age well but be bad now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want one of them. Be like, yeah, I told y'all Mason was gonna be fired with the day going whoever with I don't know, one of these random teams. Yeah.
Juice Bellamy has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Juice Bellamy and welcome to the upper room. Yes indeed. Yes indeed.
Let's go, UW. Man, if GP or AB did what Kelsey did, they would be labeled cancers.
Yeah.
Kelsey turned into a D-bag real quick this year.
I can't agree with you, man. I can't. Number one, GP and unfortunately AB. Well, AB is a Super Bowl champion now. But during those time frames, neither one of them have, been like Kelsey. When we talking about not just statistically dope, but hardware in terms of Super Bowls, personal accolades, along with you typically don't get Kelsey outbursts or any type of negativity, man. It's like the reason why people don't like Kelsey this year is because he's dating Taylor Swift, man. Let's be real about it. There ain't nothing that Travis Kelsey has done differently this year than the year before that or the year before any of these other years, man. It's just you got Taylor Swift, so it adds to it. So I get it, I do. But I don't think that Kelsey has done anything wrong this season, man. And I think in the heat of the moment like that, we said this was one of them outlier, this is the only time it could actually happen type situations. It's like, I get what you say, but I just have to respectfully disagree with you with that one, baby. So, yeah.
Let's go, UW. Apparently, Hodge wasn't a fan of DJ's comments about who should be starting at QB at the end of the season. If anyone should, it's the receivers. Huh?
He said he wasn't a fan? I thought he would be a fan if he was saying if anyone should be able to dictate who should be starting, the quarterback should be the wide receivers. It's almost like he contradicts what he was typing, though. Apparently, Hodge wasn't a fan of DJ's comments about who should be starting at QB this season. If anyone should, it's the receiver. Or maybe Let's Go UW is saying if anyone should have a statement on who should be a quarterback, it should be the receivers. But maybe Merle Hodge was saying...
Let's Go UW's disagreeing with Hodge.
Correct. Yeah. That's what it sounded like. I didn't hear what Merle said, though. Did you?
No. But I feel like those Deontay comments were something, but I think they were a little benign.
Yeah, I don't think
it was when he said like
stance,
I hope Mason gets the job next year. But
Yeah.
I've always been rocking with Mason since he came in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was like a shot at Kenny or anything. I think he just was going off the momentum of those last 4 games with Mason as the starting quarterback and was like, yeah, this was good. I liked what I saw and let's keep it going.
Yeah.
And now if Kenny starts playing like Mason did there, he'll be talking highly about Kenny. Like I don't think it was like that big of a deal, but it was something. It showed that Mason won the support in the locker room by some of these guys. Yeah,
I definitely agree. And in terms of Merrill, the one thing I would say, like I said, I didn't hear the comments stuff like that, but with Merrill, whenever he's talking about players, he's different than fans. He's different than most media. He's not speaking from, a place where he has a personal grievance or personal biases. He literally is just talking film, X and O's, and what he truly feels is best with the team. Not any, of this like rah-rah heart stuff where I just don't like this guy because of whatever. Because that was what the narrative they tried to push when he was talking Devin Bush, right? That was the same narrative they tried to push when he was praising Robert Spillane and, multiple other times throughout this process. Heck, I remember when, it was going crazy about him with the old Johnny Manziel stuff. It's like, Merle Hodge, man. So, to me, I typically side with him on a lot of this type of stuff, man. But, like I said, I just didn't hear the comments on it, man. But
I got some quotes.
I side with Merle, yeah. I'm a rock with Merle. Just, he's one of my mentors in terms of even this media stuff, man. So, yeah.
Hodge stated on 93.7 The Fan that players should be more focused on winning their job rather than trying to be in charge of decision-making.
There you have it.
That's exactly what I would stop right away. That's why I have a team meeting and would establish who's in charge of this, and you're not in charge, okay? Mm-hmm. Players are not in charge of this. You're in charge of competing and earning your own job.
I don't think he said anything inaccurate. And when you talk about where we're currently at, it was a more.
There's
more.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
He says, so I establish, hey, here's what we're going to do, and if it's going to be a competition, I'd establish that. and that we will let the players decide because they're the ones competing, and that will make the final assessment, and the team won't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you got your own job to worry about.
Is there anything else?
I think that's it. Cam Hayward even brought up, I guess, on his podcast, says we can't play GM. That was going back to the Deontay I remember Cam saying that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So road to DA. So yeah, just because he's my mentor doesn't mean that he's always right, but it does mean that if I respect him enough that I would view him as my mentor, yeah, probably you should think about, just following along a little bit what he's saying, just a little bit of respect for it. That's all. But yeah, man, Mariola's not gonna be a dude that's trying to prove a point. He doesn't have an ego in this thing. He's not having a pissing contest, man, and that is something that a lot of times gets mixed up at times when you have former players just talking or giving their opinions on what currently happens. If you don't agree with it, or if it's not popular, people view it as he's hating or he's lying or he's inaccurate. And it's like, no, man, you go back and look at Murrow's track record, bro. He speaks on it out of a certain direction, a certain reason with that thing, man. So that's my whole part with it, man. But to me, man, I don't think he was wrong with what he said. In fact, I agree with it. Players play, GM, coach. It is that simple, man. We said when dudes try to do too much, so they start looking crazy. We over here talking about Michael Parsons, all right?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you doing too much, man. You a player? Play your play, man. All right. When dudes try to be GMs, yeah. Do you play, man? Do your job. So.
Big Noriega says the Merrill Hodge takes on GP is the reasons he doesn't like him, but he also says he hasn't lied yet.
Yeah, it's like, man, you don't have to agree with, or you don't have to like a person. You don't even have to, oh, man, he's my favorite. It's like, nah, but the take is the take, and it's real. A lot of times, that's how I feel at times when we talk up here. It's like, man, a lot of people at times, I feel like we'll side with more of Deke's approach to certain things because of the pure fandom of it. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, when you go back to just the X's and O's part, or even just some of the football stuff, it's like, man, we don't have a biasness in it, but we are just going to tell you from our experiences what it is. So that's typically why you lean more on that side. That's why, like I said what I said about Merrill, because, yeah, there's some dudes in this thing, man, that are alumni that don't do it the right way. You don't hear me speak of them highly. You don't hear me even mention them at times. All right? So that's my whole thing, man.
Christian 15213. Come on, Purdy is Baker Mayfield. The 49ers team was secretly stacked like 90 style. Chase Young on this team, I was like, huh? Yeah. I didn't even know that. Yeah, they traded for him midseason.
Had a sack and everything. He was low-key balling out early on in the game. Somebody find
I was like, bro. I was like, damn, he's just made himself some money this offseason.
Uh-huh.
He didn't do jack for them
this
whole year, like when he got traded.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get a sack, you do some stuff in the Super Bowl, I'm sure. Yeah,
everybody started looking different.
I'll get a little something, yeah.
Yeah.
E-Frizz, Yo Moats, how about that new Ye album?
Bro, love it. I was bumping a little bit of it before Deke pulled up, man. What's your favorite track on the album, though, man? I got like a lot of them that I rock with, bro. Like Paid is fire, Carnival is fire, Back to Me is fire. I like the intro Star. That's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like talking with Lil North. You know what I'm saying? I like all of them, bro. Yeah, man. It's your bestie. You know what I'm saying? That's how I rock with it, bro. So yeah, man. I thought it was a dope album, man. Initial listen, I've listened to it probably like 5 times now. Yeah, I think it's one of his, top works. I think the more people get, the ability to access, I don't know if it's available everywhere just yet in terms of streaming and stuff, but like I said, I think once enough people get a chance to hear it, man, they'll appreciate the work for him, man. Yeah.
Myron Bennett, I know you like Patrick Queen, but I'm all on his teammate this season. Let's get Justin Matabuke in the building.
He is fire. I like Matabuke. Low key, he might be the cheaper. I don't think low key. I think he will be the cheaper of the two options when you're talking about trying to acquire him versus Patrick Queen. And when you're talking about Matabuke, man, he's a people eater, man. Like what he can do in the interior part of that D line, man, will be a massive upgrade. Be a huge help for us. I don't hate that. I just personally felt that inside linebacker was just a bigger need than interior D-line. I just think we got at least multiple able bodies to at least make us feel good enough this year or even band-aid us if we needed to draft something a year from now. Whereas at inside linebacker, I'm just looking at him kind of
Yeah,
like,
it's a way more pressing need.
yeah, we don't have the Larry O's or, oh, if you want to keep Cam, don't keep Cam. We don't have the Keanu Benton, you know what I mean, just sitting around. It's like, yeah, we're a little thin, a little banged up, and we're aging in there too, man.
Trevor Hamilton, NFL honors voters, must be from Cleveland. The DPOY Coach of the Year, Assistant Coach of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year.
Hey, you're
They had an Assistant Coach of the Year,
You're
too?
right, yeah. Because it was Schwartz, bro, the DC, yeah. He was fire. I will say that. He did a dope job at it. But yeah, bro.
Trevor says it had him thinking that they were in the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, that was actually crazy. I forgot about Assistant Coach of the Year. They definitely got that. Yo, they did run the... Yo, that's kind of crazy. Did they get anybody in the Hall of Fame?
No, I don't think.
No Cleveland Browns in the Hall of Fame. All right, no
Nah.
new ones this class. All right.
Let's go, you Dubs. As you all see that dirty hit from Morgan Riley in the Leafs-Sens game, he deserves a lifetime suspension. Can't believe people were saying it was clean.
I missed this. What happened, though?
I guess Toronto Maple Leafs, Ottawa Senators,
Dang.
Morgan Riley.
Yeah, I missed that. Bro, you know...
Didn't see it, and I don't know who Morgan Riley is. I'm sorry.
I was kind of scarred, man. Last time man, it was one of them controversial hits. It was when the cat they used to play with the Pens, he ended up dying playing in one of them like overseas leagues. Remember when the dude like
That was
spun
last year,
and kicked
right?
his foot? Was last year? Was like earlier this, or I guess because it's February now. So yeah,
It was
would have
recent.
been.
Yeah,
It was
fairly
in 2023. Yeah, but that's the last thing I remember. And I was like, bro, how is this dude not being charged? I think at one point he was, but I don't know everything that happened after that. Yeah, but that was the last thing I seen. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'd have to look at it, but I'm a little scarred because of that one. Yeah.
Steel Nation on fire. Y'all see Najee's face when he got the angry runs.
Bro did not care about that award. He was looking like, are you serious right now? Like, why are you over here? That was definitely the vibe I got. But he played it off well, though. I thought when he stood up, he made it look like he cared about the award.
Yeah.
It was an award. It counts.
Yeah, like if you didn't know Najee's past takes on it,
Yeah.
you would just think, okay, he's accepting the award.
We just know his takes. We just
We know a little bit more backstory to it, where you're like reading between the lines and like, he don't want that.
We see that face. I'm like, oh yeah, he do not care. He's like, what are you doing over here, bro? Cut it out.
AJ Martinez, I'm burned out with the childish behavior. Bill Cowher would have knocked Kelseyville on his ass. 87, not representing his family well. Shout out to Felicia.
Like I said, man, I think
Honestly, that would have been interesting. Cowher versus Kelsey.
It's been very interesting. But I just feel like in that situation, I think Bill Cowher would probably operate how Andy Reid operated too, man. Like this,
The players loved Cowher.
yeah.
I think he was very
they
much
love
a pro
Reid.
player.
Yeah.
He was tough on him, but
It's like you don't get that wasn't coming from disrespect to me, man. That was coming from like, bro, we love each other, we respect each other so much that I'm willing to come up here and yes, coach, like, man, we tripping, you tripping. The same way you gonna hold me accountable, I'm tripping. Like, yeah. But it's Kelsey. There's like 3 people on that team that could have had that scenario, and it could only been that time. This is not a reoccurring thing. This is not something that we've seen beforehand, man. Because if it would have beforehand, I don't think you can do it again.
if Mahomes just straight up clocks Reid.
No, bro, these are like outlandish
I'm just
extreme
saying.
scenarios, man.
Mahomes is still in that
bro.
game, right?
Bro, we're talking
ain't
about,
benching
but
Mahomes.
we're talking about some like ultimate disrespect type stuff now. You know what I mean? Like that's a different convo. Whereas we're saying these dudes are talking about, yo, we're on the same team. This is out of love. Out of love, you could get away with that because it's out of love. If you disrespect me, man, he a man before he a coach. You know what I mean? Like you ain't about to just walk up on him like that.
Are you benching him though?
Bro, you're a man before you a coach, bro. You're a man before you're a coach. He probably hit him back. How about that?
That's fair.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe
Yeah.
you do that, but then you play him.
Both of y'all get thrown off for throwing punches there.
Would that happen?
I've never seen coaches I've never seen it get to that. But if it's
Friendly
hypothetical,
fire?
if they get to throwing them blows, yeah, because you are a man before you are anything else, man. You ain't about to just walk over there and just punch that dude. Why you think you got backups that'll fight $100 million guy? Because he don't care about how much money you got. He's a man before he's a player, bro. Fans be over here like, man, no, you can't talk to him because you a practice squad guy. I told you some of these stories about how a practice squad guy be ready to run up on your starter. He'd be like, bro, I don't care what he's doing. I don't care how much he make. I would. And you'd be like, yo, you gotta chill, bro. That's real life, man. But they would never get to that, man, because it's out
I'm
of
just
love.
saying.
It's out of love.
This
It's
is
out of
just a
love, man.
hypothetical.
It's out of love.
I think Andy would
They
do
do
what's best for the
they
team.
do
I think
commercials
he'd keep
together.
Mahomes in there.
They do commercials together. They do commercials together. All right, they could.
Yeah, I think
like
Andy
that.
gets a swing at him for sure.
Andy definitely gonna hit him with uppercut.
You give him a swing. I think this is the deal. He's like, all right, I'm either gonna bench you for this,
Yeah.
or you let me take a swing at you. Actually, you let me get 2 swings because I'm old. Get 2 swings and I'll put you back in.
Helmet or no helmet on though, because Andy ain't got a helmet on. I gotta get my helmet and get my leg back.
Yeah.
And then he knocked Mahomes out. Now we really in trouble. Like Mahomes can't
Wait,
take
you're
a
saying
punch.
Reed's using Mahomes' helmet?
No. Like I'm saying Mahomes. No. Mahomes. I'm saying if Reed gets a clock on it, he got some
Mahomes
size.
takes his helmet off.
Yeah, he got to take it home. He just just like your punch. Yeah. Cause Reed ain't no man. All right.
Or does he want to take a body shot on him?
Maybe do a body shot. Probably a body shot would be better. You won't mess with the head. Keep him head vision.
Yeah, I think that would be fair though. I think that'd be fair.
I would love it. Hell,
You can't bench Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
I'm just trying to see, I'm just thinking of the most, ratchet, just which coach you would not want to run up on, bro.
Oh.
Nobody touching Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's putting on Dan Campbell. Vrabel, you're not.
D'Amico Ryan's got to be up there.
D'Amico, you're definitely not looking at D'Amico.
Vrabel for sure.
Nobody's touching Vrabel. They gonna try Cliff.
Yeah, McDaniel for sure.
Oh, McDaniels for a fact. They walking up on McDaniels, bro. For a fact. They put. Come here, buddy. Yeah.
Belichick. Sneaky. No one's trying, maybe.
He's the Sith. He's the Sith Lord. You just feel like he'll get you knocked off.
He's built like a little tank, too.
Yeah.
Like, he's got that, Jalen Warren energy. Like a little bowling
he
ball.
built like a tank, bro.
Yeah.
Got the little sleeve cut off. You're like, yo, I don't know about this dude. He just looks like he's gonna go.
Definitely
Belichick
got
look
some
like.
old man strength.
I think if you hit Belichick, he's gonna punch you in the nuts, and he's not gonna care about it. Like most people's like, God, I'm not gonna hit you in the nuts. He will hit you in the nuts, I think, bro, because he's gonna say, I'm not leaving a stone unturned. He'll record your practice. He record your handstand. He'll hit you in the nuts, bro. He'll scratch your ear. He'll gouge your eye. He gonna do all that janky stuff, bro. I like it though. I ain't tripping on it, but he definitely do that.
Is Sala a fake tough guy looking dude?
Oh, Xerxes, come on, man. He looks the part.
Is he like
looks
like
the
Brandon
part.
Marshall said about Joey Porter, those
they
popcorn
just for
muscles?
sure this it.
That's my initial reaction right now.
Low key, I don't hate that assessment. I don't hate that assessment. I could definitely see. I might. I think somebody would try it. He would have to prove his, but I think once he proves it, he don't have to do it once.
Yeah,
he only has to prove once. I think some of these other like McDaniels, he gonna have to keep proving it, bro. They ain't gonna believe that.
Oh, Antonio Pierce, how about that?
You ain't running up on Pierce.
Yeah,
heck no, you definitely ain't messing with that one. No, he ain't definitely messing with that one.
McCarthy?
He looks like a bully now, even as a coach. We with the air, I'm like, girl, why you still playing, bro? Like, yeah,
McCarthy.
They running up on McCarthy, bro.
They are.
I think they run up on McCarthy, bro. I think they'll get McCarthy that business, bro. See Dak pull it up. I'm tired of them saying it's my fault. I'm tired of this, bro. Yeah.
I mean, McCarthy's a big dude, though.
He is, though.
I think he could hold his own.
I just don't know. You think he got the juice? I don't think he got the juice.
he's in the top 15. I think he's in the top half. Like,
right.
I'll take a lot of the guys we mentioned
over
ahead of
him. Yeah. Where does Coach T fall in this?
He's like top 15.
Yeah.
I think he's on the upper half.
For sure.
But yeah, he's no like Vrabel or some of these more recent like former players.
I think you respect the coolness of him. So you like, yo, he knows something, but I don't think you like look at it like, hey man, I ain't finna walk up on
that coach life's been getting to him over the last decade.
He's got that it softened up a little bit. Yeah. All right.
When he was younger, maybe not as much, but
when he had the little box fro, we had the little fro. You ain't running up on that one. Yeah, one,
he's in better shape.
This one, he's enjoying life. He's at a happy stage. Ain't nothing wrong with being in a happy stage, bro. I like it. Enjoy life, man. Enjoy it.
I think Arthur Smith would do all right. Now we're delving into OCs, but I think he'd do all right. Former player.
Yeah. He got size, man. Anytime you're a former, anything, that should help out.
Raheem Morris. He's in decent shape, right?
I'm trying to think how tall he is, though.
I don't know.
Because I'm, thinking of him versus, D'Amico.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's,
I don't think he's in the
smaller.
top 10.
Yeah.
No. Who else we missing?
You got McDermott.
Yeah.
You're running about McDermott. But he kind of got that little crazy look because he got the
him,
low cut.
Him versus Tomlin. Isn't he in much better shape than Tomlin right now?
Yeah. Like McDermott looks like he wakes up and does an hour or two on the Peloton, eats avocado toast, stuff like that. And listens to heavy metal. Or never mind, I ain't gonna go there because he was trying to come at him anyway, so I'm gonna leave him alone. Yeah, bro. Skeeter Jones said he fighting Brian Dable. Hey, all right.
Yeah.
He gonna throw that weight on you, though. All right. Yeah.
I like Belichick over Dable. Like if we're gonna
Oh,
look
that's
at
crazy.
if you're gonna look at like
that's crazy.
prototypes,
they're
similar prototypes. I'd take Belichick over Dable.
Just because Belichick look mean, don't mean that he's really mean. All right, they will just look nice. They will probably a killer on the low, bro. Chill out, man. They would. Yeah, he just looked nice. That's it. I feel like we
all
forgetting
these
the coach.
Shanahan tree guys. They're
Oh, they getting washed, bro.
Yeah.
If you from the Shanahan tree, this is not what you want to be from. This is not what you want to be from, bro. They running up on any Shanahan. Oh, Zach Taylor. Oh, they definitely run up and smacking the pit. I can see Jamar Chase walking up to just smack the paper. What you gonna say?
McVay might do all right.
Man, McVay gonna come out here with that super caffeine stuff. All right, guys, you ready to do this? Pop. No. Shut up.
Like he's more ripped than the Shanahan dudes.
Have you seen man? He's little though, bro.
He's little,
He's
yeah.
little.
But again, there's some guys out of this like Shanahan.
Never mind.
tree.
You're right.
Like,
You're right. They little.
I'd probably
too,
put McVay like top 20ish then.
Fair enough.
Top 20. I think he would do the best out of all these QB guru type of guys.
I would agree. I'm taking McVay over Daniels,
Like
over
LaFleur,
Taylor,
any of them,
LaFleur. Yeah. LaFleur, like he read. Don't hit me up. All right. Let's see. What about over Harbaugh? Either Harbaugh. I think he ain't running up on either one of them.
Jim might be in the top 10.
Jim, see, he running up on Jim. Jim like he with the khakis.
Yeah.
Jim like he with the smoke, bro.
Then I think John's in the Tomlin category.
Yeah.
Kind of top 15ish.
I think John cares a little bit better than Jim. I mean, I think they cared a little bit better than Tomlin though, bro. Like in terms of just like they walk around with, I think they just closer to fighting shape.
John looks older though.
This is true.
Like Tomlin might be a little more agile at this point.
Got a little quickness.
Yeah.
But I like how we legit having a conversation about
This is
which
fun.
coaches
This
can
is
rumble
funny.
or not.
This is funny.
Did we forget anybody? So let's see. We did AFC North. We did talk AFC East. All right.
Well, Belichick don't even count anymore.
Oh yeah, he's raised. Yeah.
Same with Vrabel.
Yeah, I was like, they're not even Elliott. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, that new Titans coach, he's one of these offensive coordinator guys, right?
You said he get beat up?
Yeah.
This is funny, bro. I like it. I like it. All right, San Fran. You running up on that, Shanahan?
Huh?
You running up on Kyle?
He's not doing well. I don't think he's doing well.
You run up on that one?
Yeah.
He like I think he can read up more, bro.
Yeah.
He can read up more.
Well, that new Seattle coach, he's the Ravens DC. Isn't he one of these? Like, yeah, he's not an offensive guy, obviously, but he's young. He's like
he's
35,
a younger dude.
but
Yeah, he's supposed to be the young. Yeah,
he's not a former player or anything, right? He's
just
not
a smart
big
guy.
dude.
Yeah. Gerard Mayo, they ain't running up on that.
Right.
That's the new boss.
He's probably top 10.
Yeah, he definitely top. Yeah, he fast past top 10. He's like the D'Amico Ryan. Just
Yeah.
Who's Indy?
Steichen.
Oh yeah, good call. I was like, it's not right over
Him,
there
and
anymore.
then you got like what's his face for the Vikings? That McConnell. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Kevin McConnell, right?
Is that his name?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he getting washed too, bro.
Stefanski.
Stefanski holding his own in Cleveland, man. I think we might got to give him just a little bit extra.
Sure.
Nobody want Jim Schwartz though. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't nobody want him.
Okay.
I remember that one. Don't nobody want that one.
Chicago's got Eberflus. Dan Campbell, yeah, we mentioned it.
Dan is
top,
whooping.
He might be. He might
He
be
top
number 1.
5. Yeah, boys. He's definitely in the combo. He passed the eyeball test. We know he with it. Yeah, he got to dip into. So he really with it, bro. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I have anything more to add, but that was fun.
Respect. I like it, bro. I like it. I don't know how we got to that part of the convo, but I'm glad we
funny.
did, bro. It was definitely a vibe right
Well,
there.
I brought up the hypothetical if Mahomes took a swing on Reed.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
man.
That's what it was. So, yeah, which coach would you beat up?
Skeeter Jones says Sean Payton's getting KO'd.
Facts. I can see Russ pulling up on that. I like Russ in that matchup.
I think he'd do better than some of these newer age coaches, though.
But I don't think Peyton. Yeah, but I don't think Peyton is slouched. I don't think Peyton's gonna walk off.
No.
Peyton, any coach. When I see him coach with them dips like that, like he really with it. Like he swallowed his spit. Like he ain't spitting that out. And if you know, you know. He's like he one of them dudes, man. I just feel like you ain't all right. You gonna have to put him down.
Yeah. Like, some of these newer coaches, I think Peyton's doing better.
Yes. Some of these newer coaches, they're gonna take peace treaties. I think Peyton, you're gonna have to convince him. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, he'll go down swinging.
Yeah, you're gonna have to convince him. But yeah, but the other dudes, Big days, I can see it that, hey, bro, I don't even want no problems. I'm trying to hit my vape, rock my off-whites, top of my white, bro. I don't even want no problems with you, man. Yep.
Thomas Dowdy snubbed by the NFL and disrespected by Parsons.
Yeah, they trying my dog TJ. He done had a crazy little weekend. Crazy little weekend.
What a shame. Sean McCartney, Trent Jordan Watt was 100% snubbed by the depoy, or for the depoy. The PFF grades mattered more than production. Where is the PFF office located? Ohio.
Well, that's Collinsworth thing, so yeah, I get it, man. I definitely get it. But Myles Garrett was the best player on arguably the best regular season defense, okay? So just like when you're the best quarterback on the best team, you win MVP. When you're the best defensive player on arguably the best defense in the league, you get Defensive Player of the Year. That's the way the rules are. That's the nature of them. We don't have to like it, but we just have to accept it and respect it, unfortunately.
828 style. There was no way the NFL was giving two Steelers an award. They had to sacrifice one for the other. Cam is close to being retired, and TJ got more MVPs to come.
There it is. You know what?
That's not right.
That's very logical,
That's not right.
It's very logical. I like the logic.
That's not right.
It makes me feel good. I want some of that comfort.
If you deserve the award, you get the award.
I want comfort too. We can't have too many Steelers winning. That's what it was. That's all it was, bro. We just got too many Steelers winning, bro. Steelers bias.
How many Browns won though?
Because they're new to the family.
What'd they win? Like 4 awards?
They're new to winning. They don't win a lot. They ain't win a lot. This is new for them.
Yeah, they won 4 awards. We could have won 3.
Yeah, they new to this.
Not a big deal.
They new to it.
Not a big deal at all. Royd Joseph has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Roll Joseph and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Thomas Dowdy says Antonio Gates was snubbed as well.
Oh, yeah. He missed out on first ballot. But at the same time, man, I thought the class was fire. Like, man, they had a fire class. And you know how I feel about it. I know the name that probably people going to have the big issue is Devin Hester. I don't see how that's even a debate to me, man. So I hate that Gates ended up missing out. But for me, Patrick Willis.
Did Hester get in first ballot, or is this just another?
I don't know if it's first ballot or not, but I don't think he's first ballot.
Okay.
But him and even Patrick Willis.
He should probably get in.
I'm like, yeah. Because I'm like, those were the two that I kind of left out saying, okay, if I was going to say that Gates was snubbed or somebody was snubbed, who would I take off? And those were the only two that I could legitimately even think to. But I'm like, for Hester, I can't do that. I've seen that impact. Played against it, but we've seen that, man. Big game, Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. Like, that was just different. And then Pat Willis, I'm like, outside of him just retiring early, what negative are we going to say about him?
Yeah, that's like Luke Keith.
Yeah.
They're both Hall of Famers.
Heck yeah, man. So that was my whole thing. I'm like, all these dudes deserve it, though. When you're talking Antonio Gates, when you're talking Patrick Willis, when you're talking Devin Hester, you can make a case that Devin Hester and Antonio Gates are the best to ever play their position, right? They're in those type of conversations. Patrick Willis is also one of them all-time greats in terms of linebacker. I just thought that his sample size was just a little bit smaller. My problem is I'm extremely biased toward Patrick Willis. Told you that was who I studied. That's how I learned how to play linebacker because I had no clue. So I love me some Pat Willis, man. Love Pat Willis. And he got that 52 on, so it's a beautiful number. But yeah, Devin Hester, I'm like, bro, how you not going to have Devin Hester up there? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Devin's in there. Gates got to be in there too. I think Gates get in there too around though, man.
Mike Hood, there shouldn't be media folks voting for NFL awards. That's the real issue. Using PFF shouldn't even be a thing. What's up, fellas? Salute to everyone.
Nah, salute you, man. And trust me, man, I agree. I definitely agree. But I do feel like this is part of why they do it, though, in the sense of they just want to get different opinions, different thought processes. Because think about just when me and Deke talk, right? We can see the exact same thing, but we're going to have two different perspectives on it. And it doesn't mean that his perspective isn't right or that my perspective isn't right. But when we're talking about some of this subjective stuff, those difference of opinions do matter. So that is part of why they have, you know, the different levels of people that we deem, you know, are you credentialed enough or is this person qualified enough for the vote? Part of it is that, because think if it was only players voting, we're all going to look or think predominantly this way. If it was only
you
fans
can't trust
voting,
the players, obviously.
Clearly, right? You heard what Parsons said, right? And sometimes
you see these top 100
and
awards
sometimes
and
dudes be biased too. Sometimes you might have a feeling about somebody, like, yo, I ain't voting for that dude. I don't care. That also comes. All right. So I just think that you do got to have this versatility with it, but it's an award, man. Whenever we're talking awards, the way that we talk about Myles Garrett, you would think Myles Garrett had 2 tackles and 0 sacks all season. You catch what I'm saying? But it's because it's an award. This is what it becomes. You split hairs. But it's like, man, what are we actually talking about here, right? It's like, this is the award stuff. This is how it goes. Like I said, I don't like it, but I get it. Like, when you got most people at bay voting on it and you can get personal feelings and all the human that, it's like, all right, cool. And that's why they are what they are, man.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the media voting for it. I think it's which specific media members vote for it. I think you should have to take an IQ test to get qualified. Just to show that you generally know football. Because obviously 21 of these, what was it, 21 or 23 these people don't. Clearly. Their credentials should be revoked.
Yeah.
Boom,
That's
man.
what they went with, man.
How can you have the high pass win rate but still have less sacks? LOL, it don't make sense. Got to be doing something wrong.
It's not as simple as that, but I do agree with you as a whole. Like, man, pass return rate versus sacks. But they are a little bit different just in terms of what the ask is. But trust me, man, at the end of the day, I don't care about that versus all this other stuff. And we talking about over a 17-game sample size. It's not, it's mid-season. It's not, this is the first quarter. It's like, no, man, we got everything that played out. So don't tell me that this matters more than all of these because it clearly doesn't, man. That's more impact than that.
A2A Style says they not giving a black man who came back to life any award. Look at how they treat Jesus, LOL.
Big facts. Big facts, bro. Makes sense, man. I get it. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Jeff H., can we talk about Micah's comments about the D-Boy and TJ?
Absolutely tripping. He was absolutely tripping. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Deke, I heard Deke went back and liked Micah Parsons' comments, though. He went back on was it on the podcast or was he doing it at the Super Bowl? He was in one of these places where he put the comments out. Wherever he was.
I didn't really get to hear the comments.
Deke went back and he double-clicked on all of it. All right? I think he commented. He was like, big facts. Something like that.
AJ Martinez, shout out to Mrs. 55.
Shout out to Boo, man. Like I said, the bae was texting me over here, keeping me up to date. I said, yo, wifey don't never text in showtime unless there's something going on. That's why I even picked up the phone. I'm like, bro, why wifey text me? I was like, look at bae helping the boy out, man. Look at bae.
Those texts are typically hurry up, dinner's ready or something.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was like, yo, what you doing? Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I was, you see, I was a little.
The family's waiting for you.
I was like, let me make sure I'm not, not messing up here. All right.
Steeler Nation on fire. Could the Steelers sign Matt Ariza?
I definitely think it's in play. I mean, Matt was drafted. Matt is a good player.
Is he one of those Ray Guy award winners?
Yeah, he just, he had the fake, or not fake accusation, but the whole accusation.
And then it's like Trevor Bauer. He got completely cleared, right?
Yes, that's my thing.
Yeah, did she like make up the whole thing?
So, from my understanding, man, there was
like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, he wasn't there, but like people was having intercourse with the young lady, but he wasn't there. It was just how to go. Yeah, just not the best situation that you would want anybody.
He got.
Yes, but his name was cleared. Yes, so I'm like, your name cleared, man. You went through the judicial system. That's the whole purpose of the judicial system. Are we saying that we're above the system? That's my whole thing, man. So yeah. By us moving on from Presley Harvin, that 100% opens up the door for Matt, and Matt is cheap. You ain't paying a lot on that right now. So, yeah, man, I'll be all for, him coming in, competing, and, potentially getting that starting spot, man, winning the job. So, yeah.
828 Style, KP8 needs to call Mitch and thank him for his horrible play and keeping Mason at bay long enough to keep his job. If Mason could have gotten a chance instead of Mitch, KP8 is on the bench next year.
I mean, that's not inaccurate based off of what we've even said going into this offseason. We want Mason back because Mason did ball out, man. So, yeah, you're not off. But, unfortunately, we can't go back. We don't know.
It makes Mason's games have a larger sample size.
Yeah.
So if he performs like he did in those 4 games over the course of like 7 or 8 instead of having Mitch out there, then yeah, I think he would have even more of an upper hand. Yeah. I mean,
now you talk
that's
about...
not wrong. If you're just saying Mason does exactly what he did in those 4 games over the course of 7 or 8.
We're seeing more wins too, so that means a higher seeding in the postseason.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
Yeah.
not completely inaccurate.
Yeah.
Yo Young, if you didn't sack the QB, hit the QB, or pressure the QB, how the hell did you win? As far as I'm concerned, the tackle won. Just not pretty.
If you didn't get the QB hit, pressure.
He's saying that like the offensive tackle won.
But I was
by keeping you
no,
at
no,
bay.
I'm with you, but that's not pass rush win rate, is it?
I don't know what they consider.
Oh yeah, I was. I thought did you
I
still have
have
to
no
like
clue.
beat the defender? Yeah, you had to beat the tackle and still. Yeah, that's
Who
what
knows?
I looked at it as
Who
like
knows what it could mean?
I thought of how they count like pressures, like almost in the same vein of that. It's not a true sack, but are you impacting the play? Are you influencing the play? Are you having a positive impact defensively? Chris Jones, Brock Purdy overthrows Debo or whoever that was in the back of the end zone. Chris Jones, the guy who creates the pressure, wasn't a sack, wasn't even a QB hit, but did it matter? 100%. I feel like that's the nature of how they want pass rush win rate to be. I just don't understand all of the metrics that go into how they calculate their formula. You know what I mean? But that's supposed to me, that's what it's supposed to be. All that's why I was like, what is pass rush win rate versus pressures versus QB hits versus regular sack?
I don't
I'm
know.
like, what's the difference?
There's been
Yeah.
how many times though the Steelers have played the Browns and TJ like goes off for like 3 or 4 sacks and somehow Myles Garrett has a better PFF grade.
In terms of the PFF grades, we don't agree with the grades.
And I think it's due to that though. It's some
Yeah.
type of like
whatever that formula is. I don't know what the formula is.
He
though.
won more rushes than
Yeah.
TJ. It's all right. TJ's got 3 sacks, a forced fumble,
Yeah.
and like 3 batted down passes. But you're saying Myles Garrett had a better score.
Yeah, I'm like,
somehow.
I don't know what the formula is with it, but I'm with you, bro. I don't know what
It's
the formula is,
hilarious.
though, bro.
Let's get you Dub. Surprised they didn't try
Yeah.
to trade Chooks. I guess. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess we weren't going to get much for him.
Or they could just be wanting to move on and get it over with too, you know. But I do like what? Yeah,
I don't see why. Like Omar Khan's a good GM.
Yeah,
Like,
why
he
wouldn't you
probably
trade? Yeah.
dipped his toe in the water and
probably.
saw what the landscape was like, and it probably just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Otto McCaddy, hey Deke and Moats, did you guys hear what Michael Parsons said about TJ not being top 5 edge rusher? Like, how dare he, right?
Trust me, Otto. We all on the same page. As soon as you said that, and like I said, my people said me, and I'm like, yo, not Mike. Why you gotta say that, Mike? Why you gotta be the one? Let anybody else say that outlandishness, not you though. You better than that.
X Concepts believes they calculate pass rush win rate by smoking a lot of crack and watching cat videos.
You know what? I don't think he's far off, man. I don't think he's far off. Now I ain't poo-pooing any of the people that do use that type of stuff. I don't recommend it, okay? But, yeah, I do think that, yeah. It's not a good look, man.
We got a couple upper room members that just joined. Compton to Inglewood to AZ. Steve.
Hey, shout out.
And also Lee Govin.
Hey, shout out Compton to Inglewood to AZ_ Steve and Lee Govin. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
AJ Martinez says the foolish act by players, horrible example to the young ones watching. Yeah. Ravens receiver cost them the game with his arrogant, selfish attitude.
Oh, 100%. And Zay Flowers is also not a multiple Super Bowl champion, arguably the best wide receiver historically, competing for a back-to-back Super Bowl championship as well. That's the only thing that you're leaving out. Everything else, I agree with you. Trust me, I'm saying it with my son. You know, we talk ball. Literally, everything feels like it's about this type of stuff, right? Life lessons, right? Father, son, or just coach to player, right? All that matters. But literally, that was the context that I kind of walked away with. This isn't any of these other scenarios that we're talking about. This is the 1% of the 1%. When we're talking about the coach, the specific player, the stakes, and the timing of it. We bringing up all these people. None of them dudes that we going to bring up are even worth having that type of conversation, because none of them dudes outside of who? A Patrick Mahomes, a Tom Brady, a Gronk? Who are we saying is even in that breath? Gates ain't one like that, right? Gonzalez never won like that. What we going with? That's why for me, I'm like, I just think it was different because of who the player was, with that specific coach, the stakes and everything that them two specifically have accomplished together also, man. That's my only thing. But outside of that, it's like, nah, you can't do that. But this is, like I said, a 1 out of 1% type outlier of a scenario.
Score Harris, I'm late to the show, my guys. What's the word?
Man,
Don't
salute
know
you,
if y'all
baby.
talked about this yet, but Mitch, Chooks, and Harvin are gone. Fresh start for everyone. Mason QB1. Love the show, my guys. Open up the phones.
Nah, salute you. We definitely open up the phone line. It's about to be 6. Actually, it's 6:40. So you know I ain't open the phone today. All right, we already kind of gone over, but we ain't tripping. All right, because wifey was texting, so I'm gonna partly blame her for the amount of time we went over. Deke, just know that. So when we go up, just like, yo, we was finishing up, and then you text us. Just tell her that. All right.
A2A style Moats. If a team and player mutually part ways, does that help the salary cap, or does Mitch get the same money as if they just cut him?
From my understanding, typically that player is going to get whatever his guaranteed portion is, and that's kind of how they part ways with it. Usually when they talk about that whole mutual thing, it's like, yeah, we want to save face, and I just simply say we cut you. But when we asked you to take a pay cut and you said I'm not about to come off of my number, yeah, that's a part of it. You know what I mean? I think in Mitch's situation, you also have just the dynamic of kind of what we talked about with the organization. How much do you trust Mitch going forward if you have to put him out there? I think that also is at place when we talk about just mutually parting ways. I think all of that is kind of in this thing together. Unfortunately, Deke already has the numbers because they did already update the numbers.
It was like a 13 million, 12 or 13 million saving from all three. Chooks was like almost at 9. So I don't know. If you just do the math, I think we're saving like 3 or 4 with the Mitch cut.
Yeah. So I don't think that that's, slanted one way or the other either way with it. But we know it's less than what we initially thought it was going to be. But, yeah, I just think it is one of them things where it's just good for both parties. Just mutually part ways. We don't have to say we cut you, Mitch. You can feel like you saved a little bit of face because you got to say, hey, this is mutual. I didn't just, take it. You ain't just do it to me. You know what I mean? I fought a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
John Easton reports say Mason wants a fresh start.
I've been seeing some of that too. I mean, we'll, see what happens, right?
I don't buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll see what happens. Anybody can have a report right now. Anybody can, have a source. But until we, get the actual yes, he is going to leave and hit the market, or no, he is going to stay, I just think right now it's a ton of speculation. We won't know definitively on Mason until free agency opens up in March. If he gets the deal done before then we know that fresh start was not at the top of his priority list. He was able to come back here and everything worked out well.
So could the deal get done right now?
Essentially, yeah. Like, they can start negotiating now. Yeah,
okay.
There is nothing stopping them from negotiating. The big thing is just for Mason and the Steelers, if they want to get the deal done before he can talk to other teams, it just has to get finished before the new league year starts. Once the new league year starts, he is officially an unrestricted free agent.
When's that start compared to whenever free agency starts?
No, it's the same day. The same day. Yeah. So that's the reason why free agency starts, because the new league year starts. So that's why all your contracts, if you have 1 year remaining, that's when it rips up. So if you want to get this deal done before Mason can talk to anybody, and that's why I said for the Steelers, it makes sense to get it done sooner rather than later. Combine's coming up in 2 weeks. He's going to talk to other teams at the Combine. Then you're going to get about another 2-3 weeks. Then you get that 3-day tampering period where he can talk to everybody officially, and that's when you start to see them deals. Once you get to that part, it's super dicey. And I said, for me, when I gave the context, I was like, that's when I got my deal done. When they talked to me in February, the numbers were way different than what it ended up being once we got a chance to talk to other teams. So if you're the Steelers and you want to keep that number low, you get it done before you can talk to other teams. Because once you can talk to them teams, them numbers started to come out there, and all it's going to take is just one team to throw out a number, and now we screwed. Now we got to, play that bidding war back and forth. Yeah.
Your boy Dev, more likely to run up on Coach TG or Hoodie Moats?
Ooh, that's actually a good one. See, this is the thing. I want to say both, but I don't know if TG would have, just because of where how he's felt when he was playing. You know what I mean? Like, you hear when me and him talk about our stories, like, for him, he wasn't drafted. For him, he was one of the trial dudes who had to, scratch, claw, and get it that way. I was a draft pick. By the time I come to Pittsburgh, I'm going another contract. Then I got a bigger contract. So I'm going to just go ahead and say I've already had an altercation with a coach before. I don't know if TG's ever had that. This is where I was already a professionally, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm not tripping. I would probably more than likely run up on another guy. Yeah, Hoodie Moats. I wasn't even Hoodie Moats when I ran up on my coach.
That was Bills, right?
Yeah, that was a Buffalo. I didn't even have no hoodie. And it was like, yo, we about to get fired today. I don't even care. Like, this is why I met with it, man. You ain't about to call me dumb no more, bro. My mama told me I ain't dumb. My daddy told me I ain't dumb. I'm going to prove it to you. How about that, bro? It's just certain things. I'm like, yo, you can call me a lot of stuff, bro. It's just certain words. I'm like, all right, bro. And it ain't even on no, I don't respect you. It's like, bro, we know each other. I'm going to see you in this locker. You going to talk. I'm going to sit next to you in this meeting, bro. You can't just keep calling Deke. If I sit next to you every day, Deke, and you keep calling me dumb, what you think going to happen, Deke? Eventually, it's like, bro, there isn't a screen here. This isn't virtual. It's like, yo, I'm going to have something that we got to talk about, okay? Eventually, it got to where we had something to talk about. So I was curious. I need to find out. Shout out to my teammates, though. I'm like, whoever that teammate was that grabbed Kelsey, shout out to him. And shout out to my teammates up in Buffalo. Because they was like, bro, you're not by them. Like, I don't care, bro. Everybody died today. Everybody going home. Ain't going to be no practice, all right? So, yeah. All right. So, there you have it. So, yeah, Hoodie Moats for a fact with him. But TG, funny thing is this, though. Outside of football, TG is more likely to than I am.
Okay.
Yeah, TG is way more quick to go. Like me, I'm chill. I'm like, bro, man, it take a lot for me to get going. TG, man, he'll go right now. Yeah, we real different with that. But in the competitive setting, when it's like work like that, oh, man, I ain't got time to be playing, bro. Don't waste my time, man. Like, we got to have it. And you're not going to disrespect me, bro, all right? That's what you're not going to do. You call me a lot of things, you're not going to disrespect me like that, bro. Just throw it out there now, bro. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
AJ Martinez, AJ World Peace Martinez, AJ headbutt Kelseyville in the nuts and spanked Taylor Swift just because.
Whoa.
And he says JK. He says JK.
Easy.
Just kidding. Hashtag stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
Let's go.
Stop the violence. Stop it. I like it.
He's sending mixed messages there.
Man, say you gonna run up on him and spank. I said, Lord, don't spank it. No, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
Let's go, UW. Speaking of disrespect, the MLB is using Bonds to promote Black History Month while also barring him from the Hall of Fame.
Hey, they out of pocket for that. I did not know that they were doing that. I'm definitely with you. If that's what they pulling, I absolutely can't stand them for that. I can't stand them if that's the case. Okay? I don't know if that's factual or not, but if that is factual, I definitely can't stand them, man. Because that's foul. That's kind of like the whole Devo argument. You finding me for this hit, but yet you using this hit to, you selling it to make money off of me. Yeah, that's janky, man.
Next, we got Demetric Smith. Let's talk about those cuts. Chooks, Harvin, and Mitch.
Nah, respect on
We
that.
did.
Yeah, we definitely did. Demetric, man, we appreciate you too, man. Shoot. But nah, man, we definitely talked about him, man. Like you said, we do feel like it's the best decision right now for the team. Parting ways with all three of those guys for the various reasons. The Chooks thing, I guess the big surprise with that would just be would they or should they have tried to trade him versus cutting him? But we both would agree, man. We trust Omar. Omar hasn't shown that he gets swindled in deals. Usually
We
he's the one doing
traded
the
Kendrick
swindling.
Green.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he tried to trade Chooks.
He also has the contract. I forgot that part.
Yeah.
He still got time left on that contract.
Yeah, no one wants to
Yeah.
cap it.
Yep. Good call. Does he have 1 year or 2 years left?
Just one.
One, right? Yeah. So, yeah, definitely that.
We got
Why would
Kendrick
you
Green
trade-
for a
yeah.
sixth.
I think if
That was unbelievable.
Choo's deal wasn't what it was, bro, I think people would trade for him, man.
Yeah,
but
Green
the
was
deal,
at least
yeah,
cheap.
it's the money. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was unbelievable at the time.
Facts,
That
bro.
was
we was like,
I thought that was
ooh,
some
how
of
did you
Colin's
do
best
that?
work.
How did you that and
Colin's been cooking ever since he
Claypool?
became the GM.
Yeah, like how did you do that one?
Reese Fisher's joined the upper room.
Shout out to Reese Fisher and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
A2A style. If pass rush win rate gets you an award.
It's such a tongue twister to even say,
It's
bro.
tough.
I hate it.
And then missed tackles should too, because you caused the missed block win rate to even miss the tackle for the D lineman and linebacker.
Swear, bro. Hey, man, I like it. All these different matches we can come up with, man, because it me having my head scratching. I just scratched my head. That's why I said when I went to sleep, I just chalked it up to best defender on the best team. And the same with Lamar Jackson. Best quarterback on the best team. And I was like, you know what? If I simplify it to that, it makes sense. So that's the comfort that I'm seeking. And yeah, I'm going to just leave it at that. And nobody cares about coming back from dying. Clearly, dying doesn't matter anymore because Joe Flacco won the award over DeMar Hamlin. All right, so yeah, those are my 3 takeaways from the award show.
G-Man 39, Deke Moats, what's your thoughts on getting Kendall Fuller or Kenny Moore in free agency? Snead and Jalen are staying put, in my opinion.
I think Jalen stays put. I think Snead, maybe we can get some money. Maybe we could talk to him. If the number's big enough, I think you can entice that. But definitely like Kendall Fuller. Kenny Moore, I'm not an issue with either. I would need to go back and brush up a little bit more on Kenny Moore. But like I said, definitely more just familiar with Kendall Fuller. But shoot, was he in Indy most recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Indy most recently. So yeah, like either one of them
he's
dudes,
pretty
they're
good.
veterans, they're good players, they've had success, they've had production. So I'm not gonna be against any of those 4 names that you're naming. It's just, obviously when you talk preferences, it's like, yeah, man, I think Snead, I'd much.
Kenny Moore would probably be the best slot corner we've had in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
If we brought him in. Probably since Mike Hilton, depending on how you feel about Hilton versus Moore.
Yeah.
And, what play style you prefer from the two.
I'm like.
But he'd be an upgrade over like these one-offs that we've been signing, like Mollett and Sullivan.
Yeah. Yeah, because in Sutton, when they moved him outside predominantly, so yeah. But no, for me, man, I would kind of want to pay a little bit more to just get a Snead. If we being real about it, kind of like what we did with Steven Nelson. The dude is proven. At big moments, big games. We've seen him show up numerous times now. So, yeah, he would be the one for me that I would on that list. But I don't hate any of them. I think any of them are going to help us out, man.
This one just popped up in the regular chat.
Mm-hmm.
Sin 1000 says, Hodge says he thinks Caleb Williams is not that special. Thoughts?
Well,
He's right on Manziel, I guess.
Put it like this. He's not the first guy to say that, though. You've heard TG even talk about it. TG said what? This dude can be boom or bust because he has that style of play where you love the ability to extend, you love the ability to improvise off schedule, but there are certain parts of his game where, yeah, people do got questions. Is this truly going to translate if he was in Chicago? Or does he need to be in a better place? I don't think that they're wrong with that. Not just Merrill, but as a whole, some of those critiques, that's not all for outlandish. We do this literally every year. We act as if a quarterback, because he looked good in college, is surefire, foolproof, going to come in here and look perfect. Every single year, we act as if we're surprised when that doesn't always happen, right? If we being real about it, you're more likely to be right that these quarterbacks are not going to be good than you are that they are going to be great, just because of just the history of the position versus the draft, right? We talk about how many drafts we have, how many quarterbacks taken in the first round versus how many actually turn into the guys. It's more that don't turn into them that do turn into them. So that's my other part. It's like, I don't have a hard stance on it, but I don't think that, he's completely off with just the mindset with it either, because of what they're saying, because of the history of it as well, man. That's all.
I think he's a lock.
It's people that still not, I know in the chat, I see cats putting it in there right now, but as a whole, it's still people that still even talk the Drake May element of who you taking first, Drake May or Caleb Williams. So if Caleb is this surefire, perfect, can't miss God tier prospect, why is that even a conversation? That wasn't a conversation with Trevor Lawrence.
They were trying on occasion because here's what happened. It wasn't Justin Fields. They were talking about Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they was trying to figure out who. It was trying to figure out somebody.
I mean, RG3 and Andrew Luck. There was some conversation there.
Okay, fair enough.
A little bit. I think Caleb Williams is gonna be good.
Fair.
Like I think he's gonna have. He's gonna have a really high floor. Like the floor is like multi-time Pro Bowl, like almost like Andrew Luck. Like if his career plays out like Andrew Luck,
I would just say,
expected.
I would just say though, we're not saying that he's the next Andrew Luck. They're saying that he's Patrick Mahomes.
I can't go there.
Fair enough, but that's.
You see the similarities in their game.
All I'm saying is
Patrick Mahomes.
All I'm saying is I haven't heard nobody say he's the next Andrew Luck. I heard them say this is Patrick Mahomes.
No, I'm saying he's at least that. You know what I mean? Like I think he's that caliber. Like he's gonna work out. He's gonna be around for a decade, 15 years.
I would agree. I think he definitely should
couple
be
Pro
as
Bowls at least.
I just think
I think that would be a disappointment in a way. I think his floor is like that though.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm like, do you know how hard that is though? That's why I keep saying it the way that I'm saying it. We're not saying Andrew Luck. And we both would agree Andrew Luck had a heck of a career and that got cut short. He's being talked about like he's Patrick Mahomes, Deke.
I can't.
So when if Merrill Hodge says, "Yeah, I'm a little bit skeptical," You've heard TG say, yeah, when we talk about boom and bust, I'm a little bit skeptical because we're not comparing him with Andrew Luck. We're not comparing him with Josh Allen. We're not comparing him with Lamar Jackson. They say that this is Mahomes. The guy that we both spent the first 30 minutes of the show talk about, bro, is him and everybody else. That's my whole. So it's like, man, I don't have a strong opinion on, the comments about it, but it's like, bro, when they saying they putting him on that, I'm like, that's crazy.
You see the talents there. You see the similarities in their game, but like, you also got to play the quarterback position.
Like, bro,
Mahomes.
what?
Like Mahomes has become a savant at playing quarterback.
Just because you have talent doesn't mean that you're going to play and do and the O-line, the receiver, everybody going to work together. Your staff going to work together. Your GM, you know how much got to go right for you to be that? I'm like, man, yeah. It's a lot harder for them dudes to be right on them quarterbacks than it is for them to be wrong on them quarterbacks, man.
I feel like he's gonna be one of those guys. Like I think he's gonna be like top 10. Like Bears, if they take him, they're gonna feel good for the next like decade, 15 years of like, all right, we got a guy that can go toe to toe with the other guys in the league. Yeah, that's my thoughts, and that's what Andrew Luck was.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He ultimately didn't win,
but he was on pace. Though.
Cut the career short. Like he was one of those guys where you're like, yeah, we can win a Super Bowl with him. Absolutely, he's a franchise guy.
100%.
Trevor Lawrence is another guy, but
he has to keep doing it though. He has to keep doing it.
He's been a little shoddy here these first 3 years.
But once again, this is another one of those fail-proof, can't go wrong prospects.
I still feel that way about him.
But just to reiterate, this is how challenging this is. So when we're talking about it, how we just throw them things out, just, oh yeah, he's going to be, it's like, bro, do we know what we, like, that ain't normal, man. So that's my whole thing. It's like, man, I'm not saying that Caleb isn't going to be dope. And I do agree. I think Caleb's floor is extremely high. I do, though, agree with some of the skeptics, though, in the sense of when we're putting Mahomes on this kid, it's Mahomes we talking about. So we don't get to just look at him, oh, he's Justin Fields now. This ain't that bad. It's like, no, you said Mahomes. Mahomes ain't that. No, we said Mahomes. And that's what y'all been saying for the past how long now? Set the kid up, man. That's what he said. Not you, but I feel like a lot of people are setting him up, man.
Yeah, he's going to be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like if he doesn't come out the gate and is going to a Super Bowl or getting like an MVP in his first like 3 years, they're going to say he's a failure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, he could have like a Trevor Lawrence type of first 3 seasons. I'd be like, all right, that's not what I completely expected, but all right, you got the signs that you're going to be the franchise.
Yeah.
Like I think some of Lawrence's mishaps this last year were due to injury, but first year struggled, Urban Meyer and everything. First year with Peterson took that next jump to I thought like that top 10 stratosphere, and then just a lot of inconsistent play this year. But you could still see it's like you're taking Trevor Lawrence over a ton of quarterbacks in the league if you're starting a team going into next year. Yeah, like clearly. But yeah, I
it's gonna be interesting, bro.
I think the comparisons.
It's gonna be interesting, bro.
I get it, but I think you also got to understand Mahomes. I mean, you heard those stats I was bringing up at the beginning. Like,
bro, it's the GOAT right now. It's baby GOAT.
This is some rare stuff we're seeing.
One game of the line, you taking him or Ben? Just before we get up out of here.
You know I'm taking.
I just need to hear it. It's him or Ben.
I'm taking 7.
All right, just check it. I wanted to make sure that this didn't influence you or change your mind, man.
Give me 7 with Reed and all that.
Oh no, you asked for a lot now. No. You asked for a lot, bro.
I'm just saying.
We ain't never seen 7 in that. We seen 7 with Hunt, with Haley, with Fiechner, with Canada. So he got to stick with the guys we've seen him with.
Come on,
stick with guys we've seen him with.
Ben was ahead of his time.
Nothing wrong. I do agree with that. Yeah, definitely agree with that. I like it, man. I like it.
All right then. Yeah, that's it.
Shout out to. I'm definitely blaming her. Don't need a trip, bro. I'm blaming wifey. I like it, bro. This was a good vibe today, though, man. Definitely good vibe.
Great show.
I think we covered everything. I think we did cover all the bases. So yeah, man.
Breaking news.
Yeah, we did have the 2 sets of breaking news. Shout out. Yeah, I like that, man. We got a chance to talk about your boy Michael Parsons and his top 5 pass rush list. Yeah, talked about people, the league not caring about DeMar Hamlin dying and coming back to life, clearly. Okay. And yeah, man.
You don't think there's enough outrage for that?
Nope, I don't.
The NFL should be getting canceled requests. I think a lot of people are quiet about that specific award. If we're going to be loud about TJ Watt, and we're loud about Josh, I think we need to be louder about that one because that's life or death. All this other stuff is like, oh, okay, who had more sacks? Who had more wins and pass rush win rate and stuff like that? Turnovers.
He turned over his life, okay? And then he brought it back, okay? They wrote him off. He ain't right back. This is way different. This is way different. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. There we have it. But other than that, man, everything is good. So,
Yeah, good show.
shout out to y'all for rocking with us, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. Like I said, stick with us, man. You know we're going to keep the content rolling. But hit that like button on the back and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, baby.
Peace.